Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're all good to go here. God, I love this soundtrack. The remastered MechWarrior 2 soundtrack. Very nice. How is everybody going this fine New Year's Eve? Just getting everything flicked up on this end so I can see what everybody's saying and say hello to everyone. Alright. Hello, Tel. Hello, Chaser. Yes, Chaser, it is in fact New Year's Eve. Hello, Sergeant Paul. Thank you very much for the subscription, mate. And Happy New Year's in 26 minutes. Yeah, that sounds pretty on the ball to me. That's, bloody freezing, Warsmith. Where the hell in the world are you again? It's near 30 degrees at the moment at midnight here. I'm in a singlet and shorts with a fan on. You might hear that in the background. Apologies for the noise. Window open and the air conditioning blazing. It's actually quite nice, to be perfectly honest. We're starting to get into the really hot part of Australian summer now. I hate the days. The core of the day is a pain in the ass because I work on a computer and I've got to stay in a relatively enclosed space, so the heat is terrible. But I love the nights. Just warm nights, windows open. It's beautiful. It's sticky today and I'm near the coast. At least you get those nice coastal breezes coming in off the water, the smell of salt. That's the one thing we don't get here. I love the smells of a nice breeze coming off the ocean. And yeah, here there's just none of that. Oh, that's right, you're in Japan. 4 degrees right now, ridiculously windy. Yeah, alright, there's still one end of the area of the world I would tolerate the cold to go up and see Japan in wintertime. It is one of the places I definitely do want to go at some point. Even with the aircon on heat, I'm getting a cold through my feet. Double stack your stocks, and if you haven't got them already, go and get moccasins. Beautiful for wintertime. I know they're not exactly the nicest fashion accessory, but really bloody warm on the feet. And the Devil Risen, thank you again for another subscription, mate. Happy New Beer? No beer for me. I swore that this year I wasn't going to drink in New Year's because, you know, I'm on a diet and I'm trying to do the right thing. So, of course, I've been drinking since about 1 o'clock. Jameson and Coke. Although I may have made a slight miscalculation on the number of stubbies that I needed, because this is my second last one and my last one's sitting next to me at the moment, and I'm not entirely sure it's going to make it to midnight. We'll have to wait and see. I live near the ocean here in the UK. It's not as nice as you suggest. Salt eats metals and the humidity is a killer. Well, I suppose it depends on the part of the world you're at. It also depends on where you've lived most of your life. Like, when I was younger and my old man was in the Air Force, I lived on the coast, but pretty much all my adult life I've lived inland. So, yeah, I'm at minimum 4 hours from the ocean in any direction that I drive. So, there are things that I just don't get. I'm sure there's downsides to living that close too, but I just, you know, they're new and interesting to me because I don't get them very often. Quicky's beer supply won't last the rest of the year. Yes, it's entirely possible it'll run out. I figure I'm going to splurge. Since Christmas I've been punishing myself with daily exercise, so I figure I'll splurge out for tonight and then I'll spend the next week in dieting and exercise penance. Alright, so everything is ticking up and over here. So yeah, anyways, the missus decided she didn't really want to celebrate New Year's this year for fairly obvious reasons. It hasn't been a particularly great year for the household this year, and it's been particularly hard on her, so she just wanted to see this year out by just going to bed and sleeping through the end of it, waking up tomorrow, and just cracking on into a new one and just letting this one die. She didn't have a whole lot to celebrate, and I can't blame her all that much. So I thought I would jump on here and see the New Year's out with you guys. So we've only got about, well, once by the time I finish talking here, about 22 minutes left before we're at midnight. And I figured it would be a nice way to spend it blowing up some giant robots and having a drink. And that was the sound of the top coming off my last one, by the way. So the drinks are ticking on now. However, I am open to options again tonight. I do want to do a round or two of this because I do like playing Battletech. It's a fantastic game. Seriously, if you haven't bought this thing yet, just what are you waiting for? There's been Steam sales off it. It's probably on discount right now. Just go pick it up. And it's a finished game with no microtransactions, so winner. But otherwise, I'm pretty open to playing anything else if anybody else wants to. I'm not sure how the net connection will take it, but it comes up to how much you guys will tolerate for the amount of internet bullshittery. So anyways, what have we got here? So Hunter's out of action for the next 13 days, financial report in 20, and the structural reinforcement is still going to take another 30 days. So that's where we were at. Now, I did have to spend some points on my mech warriors. They've been
yes, Commander.
Haven't been getting points spread around much, and I have had the simulators up and running for some of my more inexperienced mech pilots. Alright, so Archangel's an easy one. I like getting all my pilots to a minimum of 5. He came with a guts level of 8. He was already preset, so I'm going to get him up to 5.
Training complete.
Standing by.
Barack. 1600, 5756. You don't have enough to spend on anything important, so I'm going to let you hang.
Good to go.
Decker. You got some options, my boy, but I'm going to put 1 in gunnery for you, which is going to take most of your points, but I want to get that as high as I possibly can. Actually, do I want to do that? 15 threshold, and I can go 2 health on guts. That'll keep you alive, because I want to keep Decker alive till the end. There is an achievement for keeping Decker alive to the completion of the campaign, and I've never managed to achieve it. So I would like to manage to drag his sorry ass all the way to the end of this campaign without a death. Yeah, that might be the better option, and spend the next group of points getting his gunnery up to 8. Yeah, we'll go for that one, just for the 2 extra health. My pilot is had the shit kicked out of him again. 13 days. 2 recoil. Indirect fire, which isn't too important. So piloting would be useful, but I think it'd just be worth popping the points and just getting gunnery 10 and being done with it, and then I can max out the rest later. And he's a dead-eye shot, and he's set up for breaching shot. And now we've got the mech with the Gauss rifle. We'll be able to take advantage of that, and he will be lethal.
Training confirmed, Commander.
He'll be good in 13 days. Medusa. Medusa. What are we going to do with you? Tactics 8, Guts 5. Probably similar. $6,400. Which is going to take us out of the running for gunnery. But that gets the 2 health points on Medusa as well. No. 1 in guts for the overheat threshold, and we'll get gunnery up to 9. I'll pick up the points for the extra health on the next one.
Yeah?
And Shocker is my brand new neck pilot, and she, well, the name is appropriate. She is a bit of a shocker. Now, which way are we going to go with her? What have we got? I've only got 1 pilot focused. I reckon we go guts to overheat and then pick up... Yeah, guts to overheat and pick up multi-shot. So 1 there, 2 points to bring up to 4, and that spends her points down. We're going to go up 5 so we can get the overheat ability, so we can blow off some extra heat. She can replace Behemoth as my hot laser mech pilot. So put her into anything that's a very heavy laser boat that generates a lot of heat, and then we can blow it off when we need to. Alright.
Training complete.
Cool. So scrolling through in chat here before we jump on. Somerset House Carl. G'day mate, how's it going? Devil, later just finishing FF7R story mode on normal. I don't know if I showed you, but that was a 3-month sub. Oh, it didn't show up that it was a 3-month sub. Well, thank you very much, Devil. Well, now you've got me committed to actually doing this more often. Don't worry, it is the plan. In fact, I'm planning on streaming a lot over January. Finishing off the 7.7. I haven't played that yet. I need to take a look and see what they did to that. Final Fantasy VII was my first Final Fantasy back in the original PlayStation days, so I'd be curious to see exactly what they've done to it. I'm not a big hardcore Final Fantasy VII player, although I did love Final Fantasy IX. Had a really nice art aesthetic and a really good fantasy setting. I really enjoyed that one. Chaser, Decker is cursed. Granted, Decker usually my scout mech piloting isn't as important as piloting and tactics. Yeah, I generally run Decker as my scouter as well, Chaser, but this one here got to get the extra health into him. Just to drag him to the end. And I might actually have to put him into something a little heavier. Alleycat, one of these days I'll make a direct campaign instead of chilling until I get 4 Atlases and a Steiner Scout out of the campaign missions. To be fair, I'm probably not going to do, if we play this all night, I'm probably not going to do another storyline mission. I need to get my mech, my lance weight up a little bit. We are a little softer than I would like to be at the moment. We've got a Marauder and we've got a... actually load up the mech bay at the moment. There we go. Yeah, we've got a Warhammer. We've got a couple of Dragons, the Quick Draw, the Marauder, but we've still got Shadowhawks in our lineup, and we got the Highlander, not the Shadowhawk. My bad. I've still got the Crabs, Shadowhawks down here, Trebuchets. I need to have some more weight in the lance. Need to get the next mech bay up as well, but that'll be once we've completed the structural upgrade. Tell, so she's a 2P1S kind of girl. Alright, maybe it's just too many drinks away, but I completely missed that one, Tell. I will drop down into the office channel in just a moment, though. Supposedly the PC port of the Final Fantasy VII is kind of pants. It wouldn't surprise me. Sony doesn't really pay that much attention to the PC ports. That's sort of a recent thing for them, just because they've realized how much money they're losing. At the moment, it's really Microsoft that's leading the charge when it comes to the PC ports for what they design for consoles, and that's because they're doing the Game Pass thing, which is just making them all the money in the world at this point. You know Game Pass is successful as a business model when Ubisoft and Electronic Arts especially start giving Microsoft access to their full libraries on Game Pass just so they can get a cut of the money. Like, that's how... Like, they didn't even do that with Steam. That's how much money it's making. It's ridiculous. Keeping so many active mechs is a massive drain on your finances. It is, but I'm not too concerned with that side of things, Alleycat. I run 2 lances. One tends to be a heavy lance, one tends to be a lighter lance. The idea is I do light missions in between larger missions. So big, heavy assault missions, take my heaviest lance, go for mechs and salvage, and then I make money in between by running the lighter lances. That's why I run 2 over. But what I have as my light lance and have as my heavy lance tends to vary based on the weight of my heavy lance. So if I'm running a 100-ton assault lance as my primary lance, my light quote-unquote lance will be around 70 tons, is the way it works. At the moment, 70 tons is about where my leading lance is, so I'm running at about 50 tons, and I run 2 defined lances. So if I have a bad mission and lose mechs and get 30, 40, 50 day repair times, I hate sitting here and just hitting this button and watching the weeks tick away until everything's actually fixed and I can do something. So I will run the secondary lance in lighter missions to make money in that time. I basically treat this like an actual mercenary company. A mercenary company would not run 1 lance of mechs get them blown up, and then sit around for 3 months waiting for those mechs to be repaired before they do another mission. They'll get those mechs repaired, and they'll run a secondary lance to continue making money in the interim, even if they can't do what their primary missions, and they had to take, you know, whatever scrap missions were floating around. And that's how I play the game. Which is actually really good when you go over and start playing in the career mode when you're actually running on a timer and the game actually only runs for so long. You constantly have income coming in. The only drawback is episodic, but yeah, that was one of the reasons why I haven't looked at it already. I've been curious about it, but the fact that they released Final Fantasy VII in an episodic format didn't... I hate that. The whole game came out at once when it was originally released. Release the whole game again. Quit being a shitlick. It just feels like a way of... It's sort of like the whole microtransaction thing I was talking about in the last one. It feels like a way to make a person buy a game multiple times over. Like the last time I put up with that was for StarCraft 2. And in the long run, when I completed StarCraft 2 off Blizzard, I was disappointed with the story anyway, so... Chaser. Epic is planning to bring out its own version of Game Pass to be a better, more consumer-friendly, happier developer. We don't take as much of it. I'm sure they are. What content are they going to have on it again? Because the Epic Store right now has fuck all, really, that's interesting to me. At the moment, Microsoft has virtually all the major developers. They have contracts with the major developers they don't have, so that are publishers that they don't have, mainly Ubisoft and Electronic Arts. So their games are starting. I think Ubisoft's going to have Assassin's Creed on Game Pass soon, from what I heard. And basically the entire back library for Electronic Arts is already on Game Pass. And when you've got Game Pass, it'll run on your Xbox or on your PC. You know, if you have an Xbox, you can run it on both. As well as all of Microsoft's first-party content. I mean, Game Pass, Microsoft and Game Pass is the only thing that's giving Steam any sort of worry at the moment. Steam was not concerned with Epic. Steam has not been concerned with any of the other shops. Steam is most certainly paying attention to what Microsoft's doing with Game Pass at the moment, just because it's a lot of the new releases that pop up on Steam are day one games available for anybody for just the cost of your Game Pass subscription. Alright, so what mission are we going to do first? Do we have any assassination missions in the area? So these all seem to be on planet. So we managed to escape out of where we were before, and we're now on... I'm actually not entirely sure the name of the planet we're on at the moment, but we're out of ambush convoy. We're out of the space we were in before. We're now in sort of uncontested. Capellan. It's just a battle. I think it battles. I suppose clean out the mercs in the desert isn't a bad one. I hate ambush colony missions. It pays well, but they're just a pain in the ass. Recoveries are too. Yeah, I think we'll just do the battle here. We'll just clean out the mercs. We got 1,315,000. We'll negotiate on that one. So 2.9, it's a 2.5 skull. It's unlikely to have anything too valuable, and I do want to throw some money up. Although, we can... If I go 312, I still get 318. Which is nearly enough to cover our next repayments. We're about 430 we're running on as our monthly operational cost. So this nearly covers our monthly operational cost on its own. And we can clear a mech off the battlefield and get 12 salvage if we get any recovery, and then sell that mech off. So that's not too bad. And we're only pissing off the local pirates, which I don't really care about all that much. So that works. Now, my main is still out here at the moment. So let's put in a Medusa, a squad lead. Let's put Shocker in 4, because she needs some skill points in. We'll run Decker in 3. So we've got 2 sharpshooters. And yeah, we'll run... Actually, no, we'll run Archangel. Archangel needs more points than Barak, I think. I think we'll rotate between Archangel and Barak in these missions just to pass the points around. Now, as for mechs, let's have a little fun. The Highlander seems like overkill, just slightly. Bring out the Marauder. The Warhammer. One of the dragons. What dragon have we got there? Rangefinder AC5. I think that's the one that Decker normally drives. And we'll bring the Centurion. Bring the Centurion for the newbie. And we'll bring out the next round, if these are all in repairs, we'll bring out the next mission, we'll bring out one of the dragons, the quick draw on the Highlander, and possibly something like the Crab, maybe the Trebuchet. So that should work. Actually, that might not be a bad option. Yeah, Shocker hasn't got... No, Shocker will learn to shoot. We'll get the Centurion into melee, and Shocker will learn to shoot. I was thinking maybe swap it out for the Trebuchet and lob some missiles. And 6 minutes until New Year's. Chaser, but Gauze Rifle. Yeah, I know. We'll save that one for the next round. Mags, get yourself coffee so you've got something to drink in a few minutes. I've got a stubby right here. It's I'm trying to hold off on drinking it so I can at least have a mouthful right on the dock. It's already half gone while I've been talking, so... But it should make it, maybe. I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss the pirates. The black market is no joke. Yeah, but... Eventually I'll have enough money floating around, I'll sell off a few mechs, and I'll just buy my way into the black market anyway. That's generally how I do it. And then I can pick up all the things. It usually costs like 12 million credits, but I'm starting to reach the point now, as much as I've only got 4 million up the side, I'm getting very close to the point where...
Command interface initiated.
Money is starting to become irrelevant. That is the one unfortunate part about this. Once you know what you're doing and you get a good sequence of missions, and especially if you're running like a dual lance like I am, so anytime your main mechs have a downtime, you can run a lighter lance just to make additional money. You do reach a point where money just becomes meaningless and you just buy your way to the black market and be done with it. GGM Grievous, great to catch you live. Happy New Year and keep up the interesting history from Cold Waters videos. Are you thinking of doing a Silent Hunter or 2 or 3 for the channel? Actually, I was thinking about doing Silent Hunter 4, playing the US side. I've been thinking about that for a while, but it's not going to be happening in January. As I said, I'm taking January off for... I'm probably going to do a video on this tomorrow, actually. I've sort of covered some of this on recent live streams, so some of you already know this, but I'm going to take a bit of January off. I'm getting my graphic design studio running over January. There's going to be a whole bunch of new designs that I have to complete, and I'm also working on some historical-based content to be a new main lineup for the channel, because I want to sort of slip away from the gaming a little bit on MagzTV. The passion there was always planes, and it's sort of shifted to games over the years, and I do want to kind of bring it back. So I have an idea on something to do there, which I hope people enjoy. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll hate it. We'll only find out once I do it. And I'm looking at doing a second channel, which will be based around Battletech, where I'm going to be doing essentially lore videos. I'm looking at doing 2 types. One will be sort of long-form lore videos, where I'm going to go into... Let's get the Warhammer in direct line of sight here. Go over, in detail, the large, grand scheme lore of the Inner Sphere, breaking down some of the books, that kind of work. And the second type of videos I want to try... basically for people who don't have an hour to watch a video on Battletech, what if I can take a major event or a sequence of events and condense them down to 10 minutes? And basically do a primer series. So there will just be 10-minute video talking about X conflict or X event or X mech. And just quickly break it down, give the information on it, a little bit of history, nice, condensed, compact. Just a good-sized bite that you could watch on a lunch break and then go on with your day and get a little bit out of it. And it's a Jaeger mech. Hello there. Should probably introduce myself.
Taking the shot.
Yeah?
Alright, I'm going to get the sprints on. Shock her
I got
up
it.
close with the Centurion.
Don't think, don't shoot, just run.
Oh, and 11:59 p.m., so 60 seconds until New Year's, guys. Oh, and those are PPCs coming in. Sounds like a condensed Tex Talks. Kinda. Tex is already doing it. I'm going to try and do it in a different way. I sort of held off on doing this for a long time, but I've sort of come to the conclusion if I want to do anything, if I stop doing anything on the internet because there is somebody else that I watch that I think is doing it really well as well, I'll never do anything because literally every topic is being covered by somebody at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna try and work out something that's rather nice, but we'll have to see how that goes. We'll see how it all pans out. All right, we're gonna brace Archangel, and boom, 12 o'clock. Happy New Year! And look, I even get fireworks.
That one was a bad one right there.
Tell you about 19 hours until New Year's. Don't worry, you'll catch up eventually. I know you're living in the past a little bit, but you will get there.
Let's hit him hard.
Yep, there goes those fireworks. So, Happy New Year's to every single one of my subscribers. Happy New Year's to everybody that's watching on the stream at the moment. Let's hope to all fuck that 2022 is better than 2021 has been, and better than 2020 has been as well. The bullshit party needs to end. Let's actually have a good year for once, and do everything in our power to make it one. Not try and expect it to be one either. That's a major thing. Sounds like somebody's popping off illegal fireworks out the window at the moment as well too. The art of stuttering. Yeah, happy years to you. You're still in the past. That's all right. Everybody except New Zealand's in the past here at the moment. Don't worry. Everybody will catch up. It'll be a good one. Actually, why I'm here and just waiting, something I meant to do already. Get myself into the right Discord channel so there's somebody I can talk to. Hello, Tal, you cunt. Happy New Year.
Yeah, not yet.
Well, Germany's got a little bit of
2 in the
catching up to do
afternoon
as
here,
well.
so I still got 10 more hours.
Sorry, just pausing here for a moment, guys. Oh god, now all my chat and everything's gone. God
Happy
damn
New
it.
Year to you.
I get a glimpse into the future. So how's 2022? Well, 2022 is looking like we're already in shortages. There's currently only 3 mouthfuls of my bourbon left. That's a shortage. So the shortages have not improved in 2022. I remember doing the whole You're So Last Millennium thing with the Yanks after midnight here.
Fucking bourbon shortages. Let's go, Brandon.
Legal.
Had to be done.
It's all good. Legal fireworks as opposed to legal ones. Yes, you can. There are states that have legal fireworks, and officially licensed groups are legal to put on fireworks displays in Victoria. But non-licensed groups putting on fireworks displays are illegal. But we don't, or at least we didn't pre-COVID, have any kind of border security within the country on the state lines. So what would happen is people would drive out of Victoria and they would drive into South Australia, where fireworks are completely legal, literally buy out an entire shop and fill a minivan with things, and then drive them back to blow them all up here out in the middle of the bushland. And so we just do it that way. It was kind of an annual thing for many years, just driving over to South Australia. If you'll notice, if you go into the first towns that are across the South Australian border to Victoria, they've all got shops that sell fireworks, and they're just conveniently nice and close. You know, can't imagine why that's a thing, but yeah. And sorry, but motherfucking bootleg fireworks are the best.
I mean, yeah, Chaser, I understand, and it was not that I actually think fuck Joe Biden, because I really don't care about the old fart.
Don't forget the dwarf shortage. Hey, Dead Meat. Happy New Year, mate.
I mean, for all the people who regularly view Dead Meat's stream, there's a horrific shortage of feet on yours.
On it.
Alright, let's get this Warhammer up. Oh, sorry, Warhammer. Marauder. I will be able to identify my next mech soon enough, guys. I swear it. I have no blood in my alcohol system. It's fine. Ooh, that's... What's the other one here? It's an... Oh, god damn it. The fuck is it with K2s? Like, admittedly, I can just straight destroy that thing, and I've got 2 parts of a K2 already in the hangar. So I've got myself a catapult K2 now. I'm recovering one in a discussion. But I want a normal catapult. I've been trying to get one since the start of the game. Every single time. Fucking K2s. I'll get rid of the Jaeger mech with the autocannons first, or at least disarm it.
I copy.
Not too interested in collecting the Jaeger mech, so... Oh, its arm didn't fall off. My god. It must be the most well-built Jaeger mech in history. Yeah, Happy New Year, the devil. Chaser, tired of the political bullshit, bleeds over into my job and school. I mean, yeah,
Ready for orders.
as I said, I try and generally keep political bullshit off my channel
Coordinates received.
and away, but it's sort of hard these days. And the problem is, wind back the clock 10 years ago, nobody talked about their political preferences. It just wasn't a done thing. Nobody put their political preferences in their bio on social media. Nobody talked about it. It was just not a thing that was done.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Somehow in the last 10 years, there we go, then the arms fall off and the torsos explode. That's what I wanted to see. Somehow in the last 10 years it's become popular for people to not only talk about their political preferences, something that just normally wasn't done,
I copy.
but it's become almost a social requirement to announce what your personal political beliefs are before you even get into a conversation with somebody. And it's crap. I'll be perfectly honest to you guys. I am somewhat conservative. I'm a father. I live in a country area. Big fucking surprise. But you want to know something else? I do not give the slightest fuck in any way, shape, or form what any of you guys, what any of your political preferences are. Whatever you think is the best thing for you is what you should be, what you should be voting for and what you should be going for. I don't care. That's your decision. That's the whole point of the system we're in. You vote for the person you think is best for you, based on what their goals are. I don't care what those are. I just want you to sort of be good people and sit back and have a chat with you and enjoy a drink. That's it.
Confirmed.
And the last thing I really want to do is time to sit back and talk about politics. I'll laugh at it, especially my own. Australian politics can be freaking hilarious. I'll laugh at it. But I don't want to have in-depth discussions about it. It's just depressing. Yeah, and I cannot for the life of me work out how it became popular in the first place.
Orders?
I can.
Yeah, I mean, if I...
Social media.
No, it's
I'm
even
walking
more
here.
of that. I mean, just... I'm thinking back to high school. Like, it's popular for high school kids to talk about politics now. If I sat back and talked about John Howard when I was in high school, I would have got the shit beaten out of me. Not because people didn't like John Howard, just because I was a fucking nerd talking about politics. How the hell did this happen?
Confirmed.
Alright, Jägermech's out of play.
Do the math, Chief. One left.
Now we're going to go smash this,
Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. I like the look of the Jägermech. It's a good looking mech.
I like the Jägermech. It's a wonderful sniper if you put some good autocannons on it. It just...
Yep, and it's a decent
wonderful
anti-aircraft
long-range support.
platform as well. But...
Yeah. Oh, goody. An archer.
That's an archer. Alright, so...
And that's your neat boner sorted.
The,
No more shortage for you there.
The RNGesus has decided to once again deny me a catapult, but has instead given me the opportunity at an archer. I'll take that. We need to start cooling off mechs because I'm going to have to start pulling this thing to pieces. What is that in the background too? Wolverine. Okay, he can die. I'll just eliminate it. That's not a problem. Yeah, don't care about the Wolverine. It's all about the archer. Now we got to try and watch this. I'm going to kill this thing. I'm going to kill it.
Orders.
Alright, so I'm going to reposition the
Just call
Marauder.
shot to the cockpit.
Well, no, I got to drop some heat because my good mechs with my good killers on board, they're all running a little hot at the moment. So we got to cool down the Marauder and the Warhammer, and I've got to smash the K2 in the face. Like, we're going to recover the K2 regardless. I'm going to have a K2 catapult up. But I'm going to have to get rid of the other two so we can beat the crap
Not
out
much
of that
armor left
archer.
in that location.
Actually, first things first, we probably need to confirm exactly what variant that is as well. Hopefully, because it's not hiding behind a rock launching LRMs at us, so it may not be the right variant.
On the other hand, the AI isn't always that great with their mechs, so...
It's usually pretty good with LRMs.
Yeah, true.
Telebest says, politics shouldn't matter how you treat someone. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it shouldn't be a major thing at all. Hell, even if you do talk about it, it shouldn't make a difference in the long run. It blows my mind that people tear their families apart over how they vote. There's some rich bastard in a completely different state or a completely different country, at the very least a completely different city for most people, that is fighting for control of the country for another rich bastard, and you're willing to tear your family apart over which one of them gets to sit in a seat in an office that you will never see in your entire life. Why?
Copy.
Do you think they're tearing their
trouble
families
mission
apart
perspective.
over how you feeling? Or do you think that maybe they don't give a shit?
Commander.
Right. Well, we want to get... Centurion can take a hit.
Moving.
That's alright, and I want to get her in nice and close because her gunnery skills are not great. But before we do that... Archer.
There's
LRM
good
15.
advice in the chat
Yeah,
from
Eddie.
Telecles.
Yeah, I
I
will
know,
check that
Max.
just
Try
a
not
second.
to hit the head. That should get your pilots to shoot the head. So hold in the piss and take the piss out of the poor archer.
Yeah, well, I'll be doing that in a second. I mainly wanted to check what it is. It is the right variant. LRM 15, LRM 4, LRM 15, LRM 4. This is the one that I want. 2S.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
2S is a good variant. That's what I'm after. So first things first, though, we got to get rid of that K2. I don't like having twin PPCs this close to me. So
Affirmative.
start removing some of those PPCs. Marauder's losing a bit of armor. That's okay.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Archangel. I'll get you into shield position on the Marauder. Not that it really matters, everybody's taking their shots.
Onward.
The Archer's LRMs are going to be nasty, so I got to do this fast. This is a pretty good condition catapult too, full armor. But the Dragon will make them feel it. AC5, medium lasers, all the SRM6s.
Punching all the buttons.
Just don't miss. Damn it. Right, Archer going. Alright. Yeah, this is actually a lot of firepower. I need to do this faster.
Ooh, PP secret.
Yeah, that's not great.
Good to go.
Not a great start.
Moving to position.
Need to spread everybody up. We're a little too grouped now, although the Archer's done its shot.
Roger that.
Come on. The K2's taken a beating.
Reporting.
I can do shift to center
Affirmative.
point blank front. AC off. Yeah, we're going to overheat the Centurion and then melee with it in the next round. I want the SRM hits first. Structural
heating up
damage, that's
good.
okay. We can take the structural damage. It's a Centurion. I've kind of built it for that.
Commander. Move into position.
Definitely focusing that Marauder. Gonna overheat again. One mead back for go for the large. Yeah, we'll go for the large. Come on. Come on. Come on. Heat sinks, unsteady.
Target's taken a critical hit.
Alright, so that's a start. Archer.
Commander.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm hit.
Ooh,
Yeah,
They will be done.
ooh, that's smart.
the K2 is surprisingly bloody durable for this kind. Alright, so this should at the very least...
Moving to position.
Actually, I'm thinking the Centurion's going to melee the Archer here just to try and block it. Now, I want to hit that torso. We're going to pull the AC5 out of the firing line. We're going to pull that Mead laser out of the firing line. Get the SRM6s to cycle through. Should blow out the torso. Looking for an ammo explosion. Detonation or something. Right torso, pilot injured, cool.
Solid connection on that one.
That's what I wanted. That gets a PPC off it as well. And now I should be able to leg it to knock it over.
What's up, boss?
Kind of annoys me that I'm just going to have to... Yeah, alright, that's not good. We're going to have to... Kind of annoys me. That I'm essentially going to have to tank that Wolverine. Melee with the Warhammer to cool it off.
Engaging.
Sorry, I was trying to say before, thank you very much for the subscription, Relish. Yeah, Chaser, yeah, the K2 definitely
Critical
has
hit,
more durability. It's just surprising how much it's taking. Like, this is a couple of big mechs that are completely focusing it at this point, and it's taken this long to get a reaction out of it.
The Marauder's taking a beating now.
Yeah, the Marauder's getting focused hard.
I'm on my way.
Alright, so melee out of the catapult. That's come on. Right leg. Alright, that should be the catapult done, hopefully. Now we can focus on the archer. And I'm going to turn the dragon around to take on pilot incapacitated. Cool. So we got a K2 with spares. It's mainly to get that PPC out of the way is the main thing. So Medusa. Actually,
I mean, the PPCs were out of the way with the torsos destroyed.
yeah.
But yeah, better to have it down anyway.
This is... It's more it punched. I didn't realize that the Wolverine actually punched through my rear armor. Then that's all many levels of not good. It's not going to let me move the mech. I need to present my right side to the archer and brace, and I've got to keep the back out of the way. And then I got to block the Wolverine. Here comes the strikes. So now I'm rolling damage onto the left-hand side. So the SRM's out of the archer, to be expected. So it looks like the pilot's got multi-shot, and he's got ace pilot. He can move after shooting. Cheeky shit.
Waiting
Right,
for
so
orders.
Archangel is going to engage the Wolverine. Can I engage him from anywhere else? No, it looks like only there. And that's going to pin down the Wolverine and give the dragon a chance to cool down.
Locked on for physical attack.
Alright. No, it's going to run around the rear. Right arm destroyed. This is actually one of the things. I'm not sure what the current tabletop rules for Battletech are. That's actually one of the things or situations that have always annoyed me. The last time I played Battletech, I'm pretty sure the rule was if a mech was engaged in melee like that, it actually had to have a dexterity roll in order to be able to disengage. Otherwise, it ran the risk. Otherwise, the mech that was engaging it could actually get a second melee strike. So he should have been locked in and had to have made a save in order to be able to escape, since he was engaged in locked in melee.
Yeah, but you didn't have to make one to get the Marauder out of the way. So...
This is true.
And
But then
imagine
again,
what you would have said.
the thing was, I wasn't engaging him in melee. He was behind me.
He was engaging you in melee, though. And imagine he had gotten a second hit on your
Receiving you.
exposed rear center torso.
Well, he's going to get a second hit on my exposed rear anyway.
Ah, well, that meat has a special cream for that.
Alright. Precision shot, point blank range. I want that upper rear torso. Please don't pop the center torso. Don't miss Decker.
Now let's see how you handle this.
LRM's crit.
That
Negative
is
one
something
evasion.
good.
Alright,
Commander.
shocker. Into position right.
Confirmed.
Precision strike. I want that same side. Don't care if you overheat the mech. In fact, let's overheat it some more. You're going to melee up this anyway. Blow that torso in an ammunition explosion that kills the pilot, please.
My heat gauge is all red.
Well,
Yeah. Heading out. I copy.
I live to serve.
actually, how much damage can we do? Still going to overheat. I really need 2 turns out on this one. And get to the rear.
Rolling.
Break something, please. LRM strike again on the Marauder.
internal damage. Hell yes. Standing by.
They're going hard for it.
Looks like it, yeah.
On it.
I'm going to overheat the Marauder now. Precision strike into the far
On
torso.
Heat damage. Damn it.
At least I appear to have gained the attention of the Wolverine on the Marauder now, which is on the Warhammer now, which is good.
Damage is light.
How tough is a dragon? Dragon's a 60-tonner. It's actually a reasonably tough mech. Little lacking in the firepower that it can carry, but it's good if you set it up for close-range combat. And it's relatively mobile. It's actually very close to some of the faster mediums in terms of speed, despite being a low-weight heavy. So,
And it's basically a
Location
walking tank
confirmed.
because you can put a lot of armor on that.
yeah. A lot of people don't like the dragon. I'm actually rather fond of the dragon, just for its mobility. I tend to run dragons as a heavy scout mech, and definitely close range. They're good in melee attacks
Yes,
as well.
Commander.
There's nowhere for me to really hide back here, but I'm going to have to hope that they can keep that line
On my way.
covered. Alright, Wolverine. Everything on. We've lost a PPC and a medium laser,
Taking the shot.
so could be worse.
I'm your spaniel.
Archangel has cooled down too, so I'm going to bring it back, spin it around, and dump a full load of everything straight into this side of the Wolverine as well.
Roger that.
Be nice if we could actually hit the autocannon. Not even close in that shot. SRM clip, pilot hit, pilot injured.
I
Excellent.
like that shot.
Yeah, I like that shot too. That was good. Here comes the shots to the order again. Right torso destroyed.
I lost a weapon.
Pop the right torso from the left-hand side with missiles.
Let's go. Commander?
Crap. And I'm not going to be close enough with the Marauder to be able to get a melee in, and I can't
Location
afford to attack
confirmed.
it again. Damn it. Stop shooting my fucking Marauder, you cunts. You've got 3 mechs chewing on you at the moment. I'm going to murder your pilots in the cockpit. And you're continuing to shoot the guy that I'm backing off, rather than defending yourselves. I mean, I know it's the game, but it's a little annoying.
Guess I'm gonna have to try harder.
I'm here.
It makes sense from a tabletop's perspective, but it does... Like, not to complain too much, because it's, you know, it's doing everything that's intended to do exactly as it should do it. But it's more than a little frustrating that essentially the enemy will never have any self-preservation instinct.
Yep.
It will never try and defend itself.
On my way. Double time.
It'll continue focusing the mech that it's decided to focus, and it will do nothing about the mechs that are at point-blank range, ripping chunks out of it, because...
They also never really try and get away.
Yeah, they never try and escape, they never try and evade, they just go. Which is, it plays like the tabletop, like a player would on the tabletop, so that's not a negative. I would love to see a version of the game where
Rock'em sock'em.
the enemy actually did have some self-preservation. There we go. That was what I was trying to
I
generate
think things
before.
are going swimmingly, don't you?
Internal ammo explosion. Right torso, right arm gaunt. Hopefully that left torso and arm can hold together enough to keep the center torso
My
and that marauder
internals
together.
are taking a beating.
And the Wolverine is now chasing down the Marauder and exposing its entire rear armor to a Warhammer and a Centurion that are
Yes,
within
Commander.
optimal firing range. Well,
Yeah, that's just bloody stupid.
Roger that.
actually, no, that's going to still give me the front armor from that angle. It's interesting. Yeah, still too close to the side. Alright, let's pull 1 meter laser out to keep it under heat.
On it.
Well, there's your autocannon gone. So now
Reporting
he's
critical
disarmed.
hit. Orders.
Medusa. Sprint again. Break line of sight to the Archer and the Wolverine, and they should stop firing shots at you. And that should force them to have to re-engage. Shocker in the Centurion, heat-wise, is actually surprisingly okay for this round. So I want an SRM rounds into the torso from this side and try and blow the armor, and that should, precision strike, be enough to kill the pilot.
Lock in target.
Come on. No, not enough. Damn it.
Ready for orders.
My Archangel. Now I've got to be careful here because I've blown the torso on that side. I don't want to blow the center torso. I need to keep the pilot alive. Unfortunately, my most accurate pilot is the one in the Marauder over there, so I'm not really good for head sniping here at the moment. So spin the dragon to the other side, and we're going to go for this torso and try and blow it. Yeah, just hit him with the... No. Leg.
Welcome
Take its
to my
leg off.
outfit.
LRM-15 destroyed. That's its LRM capabilities
Take
gone.
that.
Did that Archer just roundhouse kick the back of my
Hit 'em
dragon?
hard.
I haven't seen that animation before. I really want the Archer now. That was cool. I like that. I like that a lot. No, there's no such rule about that in the 1990 Compendium rules. We'll check a later version. Yeah, I played probably 95, 96. Didn't play a lot, though, and I'm still not 100% sure about the rules we were playing either, so I'll pull those up. The disadvantages of being in a rural area as a teenager, we had limited access to the resources, so... pilot role, they talk about in development, keep causing issues with the movement system. The only dragon I've ever liked is a hero in MechWarrior 5. As I said, it comes down to what you're trying to use them as. If you're trying to use a dragon as a heavy, it's a relatively poor heavy. This is actually a little concerning from here, because yeah, I've only got access to the back from here. If I hit it in the back, I'm blowing the center torso, and that's the mech gone. And I don't want to blow the mech. I want this Archer. It's alright. I'll let the other two work it out. I'll move the Warhammer up and to the left. I'll get around, run it cooling for one round, and then use it to kill the Wolverine. Shocker needs to cool down for a turn as well. Actually, yeah, Shocker can run up and do a melee attack on the Wolverine. just so we can get the precision strike clear and cool down, and I can try and take that leg off. So I'm being really cautious about this. I haven't encountered many other... I think I've only seen one other archer in this run through, and I found no parts for them in any of the stores. So if I'm going to get this thing, I need to get it now. So I've got to be really cautious how I'm pulling this thing apart.
What do you need?
Right. You just keep running the hell away, as far away as you possibly can. I don't want you anywhere near there. That thing's already going to cost me an arm and a leg to put back together, and this mission wasn't worth it that much. Although, I've got a K2.
Before there's going to be enemy reinforcements and they land right on top of your Marauder.
Shouldn't. This thing's going full Cobra Kai over here. Roundhouse kicks, back, buddy side punches. I'm liking the combat animations for the Archer. I definitely want this thing. Alright, so I'm going to do a melee attack on this side of the Archer, which hopefully will break the arm and the leg.
Putting my weight into it.
Left torso destroyed, left leg destroyed. We got pilot injury from the torso explosion, and now the mech's going to fall over. Kill the pilot. Pilot injured. 4. Shit.
Well, cold shot to the head.
Yeah, as I said, my best pilot for that is in the Marauder.
Armor.
I'm gonna have to do it
Commander,
with the Warhammer.
heading out.
And hope. If I do a precision strike whites on the ground, what can I get the headshot up? I only do 4. It'll only do 4 anyway. Although its front armor is actually pretty good for the moment. Surprisingly good, actually. We haven't really touched the front armor at all. Alright, screw it. Let's give it all the PPCs, all the meat lasers, and hope that front armor can take it.
Firing. Full complement on enemy.
Break the head. Come on.
Show me your war face.
We got the Archer.
That's a kill.
We got the Archer.
Nice!
Fuck yes. Happy New Year. God damn, that was a lot of work.
Now you just have to kill the Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Commander.
The only reason that Wolverine is still alive is because I've been focusing on trying to capture the Archer and keep the Marauder alive. If I wasn't trying to save any of these mechs, this match would have already been over. Precision strike. Center, rear. Fine. No more jump jetting for you.
Ready for orders.
You just brace, you're fine. Was the mission worth it now? Yeah, it's worth the damage I took to the Marauder and the repair for that. I'm going to have the Archer, and I'm going to have a K2.
Ready for orders.
So that's actually... It's not... The K2 isn't something I was really going out of my way for, but that Archer, that ups my long-range supports, and I don't have too many of those. So... Go on, take him out, Dragon. Oh, that was pathetic. I'm talking about how good you are as a melee mech and everything else, and you managed to completely fluff the punch. Well done.
Receiving you.
A hatchet man, he's not.
Position
Yes.
confirmed.
Actually, that's something I do need to find. I need to find a hatchet.
Putting my weight into it.
I've only seen one of those periods since they were put in.
Receiving you. Moving out.
And yeah, with that Archer, you're ringing in the New Year in style.
Putting one in the back. One less target.
Marauder gets its final revenge. Alright.
Mission successful.
We actually took down 2 mechs there. The K2 is a 3-parter as well. So it's entirely possible we could drag that off, drag the K2 out as well, without me actually using the parts that I've got in storage.
Yeah, but that's unlikely, to be honest.
It's potential. 30 days injured for Medusa. Oh, that Marauder. Yeah, that Marauder got the shit kicked out
Took
of
a
it.
pounding.
Yeah, I'm lucky I got that out of there. With its armor level on that left and the damage it's got, I'm lucky I got it out of there in the state that it's in. 2 injuries to the pilot. Decker didn't even scratch the paint as far as I can tell. The Dragon took its hits like a boss and did its job, and Shocker did okay for our new pilot. If I'd known that one which was in there, I would have brought something else. Yeah, no, Archer. Done. 70 tons. Thank you very
Good luck
much
on
for
rolling
playing.
the K2.
Yeah, maybe we'll roll the K2. One way or another, if we get at least one part, we're good. And 2 parts of the K2. So we've got a K2 as well. We've got the entire Archer and we've got a K2. Because we've already got 2 of that in storage. What else do we... Oh, no, hang on, wait. Oh, we got the entire K2. 1, 2, 3. So if we run into another K2 and pop it, we can actually claim 2 of them, or if I can find an extra part. So we got the entire thing, and we got 1 part Wolverine. Only got 2 medium lasers. That was a really good... A 17, nearly 18 million C-bill haul in that mission.
Oh boy.
Oh. Now I'm really disappointed I don't have another drink.
That Nick you asked for is cleared for fighting.
The Archer 2S variant trains some of its long-range punch to become deadlier up-close, mounting SRMs to follow up what the LRMs have battered through. Yeah, that's the variant that I like. Because you can lob the LRMs. It's got 2 15s to lob LRMs. But if somebody closes into close range on it, it can still pull them apart fairly efficiently. It's really good. Although we can mess around with its build a little bit, of course. It'll need ammunition moved to its legs and the rest. And a K2. Mechs are going to need repairs. Yeah, you don't say. Alright, so now I can actually catch up with chat. Being a little stressed out there. Heavy scout mech. Steiner approves. No, they don't. No, they don't. Steiner only approves of assault class scout mechs. I know one variant of the mech that had a Gauss rifle in place of an AC-2. Yeah, there's a few odd variants floating around for various ones. You do get target fixated. Yeah, I would like to see... Unfortunately, I've only just recently found out that the team has basically shut down any future development for any follow-ups to Battletech. Harebrained Schemes no longer seems interested, which I'm really disappointed about. I'm hoping that is not the case into the future, because I want to see a Battletech too. But I would like to see one... I know it's based on the tabletop, and so it playing like a tabletop is associated, is appropriate. But I would like to see it played like a player that's running... Like the enemy is running its own campaign, and losing a mech isn't just losing a mech to them, so that there is some attempt for self-preservation. This is the only time you ever see a mech retreat in this, is on the assassination missions, when the primary target gets too far under threat, and then it'll try and run, and you've got to kill it before it hits an evac point. And that's scripted. It's either they see enough tonnage of mechs, they run, or you do enough damage to them, and then they run. I'd like to see that to be a bit with the AI in general, to try and be willing to surrender ground unless you've managed to force them into a position where they've got nowhere to run type thing. Check the 2006 Total Warfare version of the tabletop rules. No extra attack when leaving melee rule there either. It might have been house rules that we were playing then. As I said, it has been a long time since I've played the tabletop. I need to relearn all the rules to it. I've actually got Tabletop Simulator installed on for it at the moment, so that I can, eventually when I get enough people together, I can actually start playing the tabletop again. And, because there's nobody in the area that I live to actually play it with. Like, the nearest place that probably does any type of tabletop wargaming is 2.5 hours drive away, minimum. So, probably Tabletop Simulator is going to be the only option that I've got. I've also got the Battletech trading card game installed on Tabletop Simulator as well, so I need to find somebody to play that with, because that I haven't played since I was 17. Mine up 38 now. It's been a while. I never remembered it existing at all. Just checked the 1990 and 2008 versions. Yeah, I said it could have been a house rule. Or I might have just been missing up. It's been a while. A lot of years. Sweep the leg, death from above, that's my way to go. Yeah, the problem with death from above is it really puts some damage on your legs. I like it as a last resort if I need to, but I won't use it as my my go-to move because you break your own legs, and I modify most of my mech builds to put the ammunition in the legs. Because it's a hell of a lot less dangerous than having the torso explode when you get caught. Yeah, happy new Archer. You missed and he was 3 feet from you? Yeah, that happens. It's the 99% hit chance headshot in XCOM that somehow hits the wall behind the person shooting. Is putting an LBX autocannon a good weapon for a dragon? It depends on what you're doing with the builds. And depends on the LBX type, whether or not you're going for a basically the shotgun variant, or whether or not it's firing slugs. So it depends on what you're doing. I generally just leave it with the AC5 and use the AC5 as my precision weapon, and then the rest of the mech is packed out with close range stuff. You have to do a certain flash point to get them to start showing up, and you don't get flash points until the end of the storyline. Yeah, that's actually one of the annoying parts about doing the campaign. I forgot that they didn't unlock until you actually complete the flash point. But that's alright, as soon as I'm done with this campaign, this is just basically me refreshing on the game and trying to get Decker through to the end. Once I've actually completed the campaign through in this, I'm going for one of the Battletech Advanced mods, and I'm going to play through that. I'm not doing Rogue Tech. I'm not a huge Rogue Tech fan. I'm actually just opening up a browser window on this side. I'm going to tell you the exact version because I've been researching exactly which one to run, what the current status of them is. Because I want to do 2 playthroughs following this one at least. Where is it? Alright, so I'm looking at Battletech Revised. Battletech Revised? No, Battletech Extended is the next one I'm looking at. I'm going to be using, I'm pretty sure, because it increases the map to the entire inner sphere, and its storyline plays through from 3025, which is where we're at now, and it plays through to 3057. So Battletech Extended plays through to just after the clan invasion, and the map is apparently dynamic, so when the clan invasion events start, the map will actually show the clans forming the clan invasion corridor. Once I've completed a career mode run through of that, the next one I'm going to use, next one I want to play through is Battletech Advanced, which starts at the start of the FedCom Civil War. It starts at 3062. And has all the appropriate tech from then. So I want to play those 2 through in sequence, and again, dynamic map that will show various war events and territory changes between various groups, and apparently Free Rashal Republic shows up in it, and all that kind of stuff goes on. So I want to play through those because it roughly follows the timeline. Whereas Rogue Tech is, you can pick and choose what to install on, but it's a bit of a mixed bag, and it just sort of plays in generic roughly somewhere around 3050s, but it can have, depending on what options you install on, technology from the early Succession Wars all the way up to the Jihad era. And it doesn't really have a story flow on the maps themselves, and I really like that option. So I'm going to do Bex and then BTA is the sequence that I'm going to play through. And that'll be apparently Battletech Advanced. This entire campaign is actually in the career mode as well, but they show up as flashpoints along with, from what I was reading, apparently there is a mission for this campaign that is in this game, but was taken out of the campaign sequence for harebrained schemes for some reason. Well, that mission has actually been restored. So there's an extra mission that you normally don't get to play that's inside of the Battletech Advanced campaign as well. So I want to play through that one. Archer, second best fire support mech in the game. Yep, that's why I wanted her. I wouldn't mind a second one to have a spare as well, just to put it aside, but I'll take the one that I've got. Archer is one of my favourites, and she's a great missile platform. Archer's just a good-looking mech in general. It's just a really good-looking mech. I am very fond of the Archer. Also, the mech of Jamie Wolf. I can still see a use for mechs as light as 85 tons. Steiner General. Yep, that's about right. The mod scene for Battletech lets you play the game much closer to the tabletop game. Yeah, that's actually one of the unfortunate parts, because Rogue Tech actually has the closest rule set to the proper Battletech rules. But the additional units it adds and the world building that it has around it doesn't really line up. It's just kind of an open play tabletop, which a lot of people like, and that's all they want. They just want a sandbox to blow stuff up in. But I kind of want to follow the sequence of years and have mechs only become available in the years that they are meant to become available in, and to have little news pop-ups that are saying, you know, this is happening here, that's happening there, unknown force is moving in from the northern periphery, we have no idea what they're doing, but they're killing everybody and taking over all of our planets. You know, be able to go up and introduce myself to the clans and have them be in the clan invasion corridor rather than having clan mechs just popping up God knows where. So, yeah, that's why I want to play through that one. I kind of wish there was more compatible time zone where we can bring my Davian Guards RCT Cavalance to play. Well, it comes down to how willing one of us is to be willing to stay up late, and I'm generally always willing to stay up late, so never say never. There might be an opportunity. First, I'm going to have to reread through all the rulebooks and learn how to play the tabletop. And work out how to play the tabletop inside of Tabletop Simulator, because I have it and I have it installed on, but I've never actually used it. Alright, I will get back to these in a second. We need to probably initiate some repairs here. So apparently the Warhammer's paint job did get scratched, enough that I actually have to click the repair button and wait 2 days for them to repaint it. Same with the Dragon. 1 day to repaint the Dragon. 2 days to repaint the Centurion. Ew, this is not going to be pretty. You're not going to be pretty. I'm not looking forward to this. Alright, so, replace. We need a PPC and a medium laser. Do we have them in stock? We actually have a double plus PPC and a double plus Mead. Yes. We lost the last. Oh, we did lose the large laser. That's disappointing. Okay, large laser in. Lance command mod. We'll repair center and that. So actually, we'll just do the repair all just to confirm everything's good. All the heat sinks are in the legs except 2. We don't really have any spare tonnage. I'd love to up the armor on this, considering the Marauder's taken so many hits. Yeah, let's...
This is an all-ship announcement. As a reminder, pets are not allowed aboard the Argo. If you're out on shore leave and you see something fluffy, enjoy it there.
95 gives me 120 to the arms. I'm reluctant. A lot of people pull the back armor down a long way on this. Semper, who we do MechWarrior 5 in particular, will strip him right down. But the only reason this thing didn't get punched out from behind by that Wolverine is because I leave more rear armor in it.
Yeah.
So I'm reluctant to pull him down low.
Basically, one of the reasons why that is a good idea is because the AI is actually so suicidal. So it will actually push into you even if it shouldn't, and then it will be suddenly in your rear. And then you wish you had armor.
No tonnage on that. Considering this is a command one, I might put that on there because it gives a +2 resolve game too if I put the comm system in. I was looking to see whether or not I had... Actually, we'll check the store first. Equipment. No, I was seeing whether or not we had anything to reinforce the cockpit and protect the pilot from more injuries, but no, we'll stick the comm system in it for a start. Get the resolve up in it. Only 9 days. That's a hell of a lot faster than I was expecting for a full repair. And 186,000. That could have been a lot worse. Yeah, no, we'll go with that. That's significantly cheaper and faster than expected.
You didn't take that much damage to the mech internals, apart from the blown-off arm.
And torso. It lost its entire left-hand side. Right-hand side.
But the rest was basically mostly armor damage, if I saw it correctly.
Yeah, we seem to roll it okay. Alright, so that is it, and Medusa's out of action for 30 days now as well, so we are going to have to get some other mechs up. Alright, so what do you got here? Somerset House Coal. All us old geezers who used to play have moved miles away from each other, so we've started weekend event meetups in the UK. Good fun playing face-to-face again. I would love to do that. The problem is, you know, like anything in Australia, like the nearest town to me, for me to go and do my grocery shop, is half hour's drive. If I want to get to Melbourne from here, and that's basically where all the tabletop stuff happening. There's very little of it in rural Victoria. It's not a common thing that's done. Very few places that it pops up as. We don't really even have the gaming or hobby stores anymore. You've basically got to order everything out of the capital cities. And it's 2.5 hours to Melbourne. So each way. So if I want to go down and play tabletop in Melbourne for a couple of hours, it's a 7-hour day to drive down there, 2 hours on tabletop, and then get back. And there's no way around that, unfortunately. Drop the Meads and keep the Marauder at range. Again, in theory, good idea. Everything winds up at close range, unfortunately. There's no real way around it. Any use for the Raven? There's always use for the Raven, but the Raven's locked behind a flashpoint that you don't get until the end of the game. If I was doing a career mode, I'd be trying to get the Raven as early as possible, because the ECM capability of it means that what you saw then, being the Marauder being hammered like it was, you can essentially stop by simply dropping the Marauder into cover and then getting the Raven to pop its ECM directly on top of it, and it stops the LRM bombardment from being able to happen. How do you usually balance front and rear armor? I usually go 2/3 third on my heavy MX. It's generally my preference in this game, but it depends on how I'm playing it. I pull the armor out of it, then I hope I've left enough that it'll survive a big, 1 or 2 big hits to the rear, and hopefully it'll help the survivability from the front if it gets targeted like that again. The thing with the Marauder is it's likely to be targeted because it is a command mech. Any Clambuster models of them mechs? Not sure what you mean, Pearl. Oh, like models that you can have just for like to put on display or the rest. I'm sure there's 3D printers around, and there is the tabletop, which does have the small miniatures that you can collect and paint up, like Warhammer 40k figurines, only significantly less expensive, and generally made out of significantly higher quality materials with higher quality sculpts as well, funnily enough. Strange how small indies can do that. Captain Cupcakes, Happy New Year to you too, mate. 12:57, nearly 1. We've been sitting here talking shit for about an hour. And yeah, my drink is well and truly empty. That is no good. Alright, so we are going to have to make a little bit of money now, because once again we've got a whole bunch of repairs done. Actually, while I'm at it, we'll quickly... No, we won't do that one.
There's never enough money, is there?
There is never enough money. I need more. Just checking, and this catapult is fully loaded out of the box, so it's ready to rock and roll, and so is the Archer. Okay, so they're ready to fight. So we've actually got some tonnage.
The Archer has a missile suit, nice.
So we can actually put those to use straight away. Contracts. What have we got? I just want something to make money on this one. Recovery mission, recovery, ambush convoy, battle. This contract requires travel to Weldry. Heavily armed pirate band is taking control of destroy base. That one there's not bad. It's a battle. Targeted opportunity would like you to take advantage of. There's a local government lance conducting a long-range patrol and it's isolated from supporting forces. If you strike quickly, you should be able to destroy the lance before the local government command can order reinforcements. This gets us some points with the Capellans, which isn't a bad option, or isn't a bad thing. Actually getting some respect up with them. Some reputation, rather. It's a 2.5 skull with a 1.3 million payout and an option for 419 salvage. That's really high. That's ridiculously high.
Oh, I just had a thought.
What's your thought?
Imagine a poor soul who worked hard to get their reputation with the Taurians up before that whole mission.
Yeah.
That brings the Taurians in.
Thankfully, you kind of can't. The Taurian territory is on the other side of the map, and you've got to really go out of your way to try and get through there. So, but I mean, theoretically, you could do it.
Been there.
Oh, you've actually done that. You poor sucker.
I didn't go. I didn't get. No, basically, I followed high value missions, and they swept me ever further towards the Taurians. I didn't really get my reputation up with them, so I didn't waste anything. I got good stuff out of it.
That's really good. 315 on a 1-3 salvage contract, and we're still pulling 426,000 sea bills, which is essentially our monthly operating costs in one mission, plus a 315 salvage on only a 2.5 skull battle. What the hell are we fighting that is a 2.5 skull battle that is worth this much money? I haven't got a great deal of reputation with the Capellans yet. This is a very generous contract. I'm going to take it, but I take it and hope they're overpaying me. Alright, so Decker gets to take Lance lead. Archangel goes up 1. We'll keep Shocker on and we'll bring Barak in. Now, I did say we're going to bring the Highlander this time out, so Decker can have the Highlander. You break my Highlander, prick, and you'll... Well, no, I won't. I need to keep you alive to the end, you bastard. Let's throw the catapult in here. Let's just not mess around with this one at all. Let's go quick draw as well. Quick draw, catapult. Actually, we got a lot of... Badlands. No, let's take the quick draw back out. Yeah, we'll go with another dragon. We'll bring the dragon in. Keep the catapult. Got the archer, and we've got the Highlander. Quick draw is very heavy on energy, and it's not a particularly durable mech. And we've got a lot of... Like, Highlander's good close range. The archer is apparently tough as nails. So is a catapult, apparently, too. Actually, yeah, probably not too much of a problem after that last demonstration. These are probably all not bad. But actually, that should give you a bit of an idea. Dragon here is 60 tons, right? 65, 70, 90. 880 armor, 880 armor, 1040 armor, and then jump up to 1400. The Dragon, despite being lighter tonnage than the catapult by 5 tons, has the same armor loadout as the catapult. And this is the catapult that has more armor, and it's not a whole lot behind the Archer, which is a full 10 tons heavier. Dragon is a tough little nut. Right, let's deploy with that.
You know what? I like that the crab basically has this big... I'm gonna call my big brother if you keep bullying me vibe to its design.
I think the crab's a good looking mech. The entire front of the crab looks like it's set up with like reactive armor. I think the crab looks really good. I like the fact that its weapons are also encased in the claws, so the claws act as a protection mechanism for when the weapons aren't engaged and ready to fire. Like, it actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Still, it does have that vibe of, if you're bullying me, I'm gonna call my big brother.
No, I meant the variant of a mech meant to fight the clans themselves. The clan busters were all 100% Lost Tech mechs or modified post-SDLF mechs with Lost Tech. Okay, yeah, in that case, yes, they absolutely are. The Highlander that I've got here is a full SLDF mech with SLDF equipment on board. I've actually just recovered that one from one of the main missions. Yeah, there are SLDF variants, and you can get full Lost Tech. They go up to, I think it's +4 weapons, and the +4s are all really hard to find, but that's essentially full Lost Tech variants of all the weapons.
Command interface initiated.
Captain Cupcakes, halfway through my Cold Waters vid and get the notification you're live. Winning. Yeah, well, I figured I'd spend New Year's Eve with you guys, so here I am, doing a bit of a stream, having a bit of fun. Well, there can be only one. What do you put the XL300 into the Dragon? No engine swap outs in Battletech, unfortunately. That's something that I would like to see added. Be on station to make the pickup, Commander. Don't hesitate to call if it's over your head. Alright, so we've got the ability to retreat if we have to.
Jesus. What the hell are they going to throw at you?
Yeah, I'm curious. This is only a 2.5 skull. This should be mediums, a couple of heavies. But it shouldn't be anything
Affirmative.
too serious.
Moving to position.
I've got to admit, this is a really good looking lance for what is essentially... Well, actually, it's a mix of my primary and secondary lances. Like, that is a really good looking lance. Alright, so... 45, 25... 25... 45... 70 tons. Alright, so we've got 3 bullshit mechs. 45 tonner, 2 25 tonners. So 2 Scout Recons, 45 tonner is likely Vindicator, maybe a Panther. They seem to be the most common. And then we've got a 70 tonner up the back here. No idea what the 70 tonner is, but I've got 3 points of salvage, so I want that. So we need to start
Good to go.
eradicating these things as fast as possible.
Oh,
I'm ready.
Yeah, there's going to be reinforcements for the enemy there.
Yep, most likely.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be destroyed primary local government lands
Yep.
as an objective.
It comes down to what weight they have. If they're not too bad.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a mistake. I should have just. Yeah. All right. Brace shocker. I'm going to let them come. I want the recon mechs to get further ahead.
You're gonna let them come? Not even
I
let them
live
edge a
to
bit
serve.
first?
I want to leave the archer
Commander?
out of this. Alright, Barak. What is that 70 tonner?
Got a lock.
That's a cataphract.
Nice one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. That would be nice. That would be very nice. Actually, really nice paint job on that too. Going for the whole dark blue look there. I should possibly consider it instead of the red. The red that's supposed to be red and black, but it's just all red because the camo.
Orders?
Yeah, it could be better. Alright, cataphract,
Yeah,
LRMs.
it's better if the
Locking
black and
on.
the red parts were swapped, basically. Black foundation and red accents.
Standing by.
I'll move him up just one. I'm just going to hang around this forest for the moment and just
Roger.
And apparently we've just triggered off the reinforcements already.
Yay! Phoenix Hawk.
Eh,
Taking minimal damage.
not a big Phoenix Hawk fan, so...
Commander.
I mean, for
Heading
45
out.
tons, it's a pretty nice mag.
Yeah, but could be better.
Here goes everything.
These have taken some damage too. These are fairly worn mechs. King Crab best mech, don't at me. I'm still more of a I'm more of a fan of the Atlas, but the King Crab is pretty bloody nice. I actually really like, as much as I'm not I'm not 100% on all of the mech redesigns done in MechWarrior Online for Inner Sphere mechs. I've said this in the past, they look too new. I really like what they did with the King Crab, because I also happen to know what the original King Crab looked like, and it is definitely an improvement. The original King Crab was, it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
I'm going.
Alright. Make it go away.
This just in.
You didn't make it go away, I'm
Critical hit.
disappointed.
Waiting
Decker.
for orders.
Decker.
Location confirmed.
Make it go away.
Copy that. Mech destroyed.
Nicely done, Decker. I fucking love that thing.
Kablamo!
Awaiting orders.
Oh shit!
As I
That
said,
cooked off all the ammo.
as I said, I fucking love that thing.
Understandable, carry on.
Yeah, I'll just wait here for the rest of them to show up. Reinforcements that weren't supposed to show up. Yeah, big surprise. Looks like we got a Zeus in there. That looks like it's a spider. There's a spider, a cicada, actually no, that's a Kintaro. And might be another cataphract. Damn it, Commander, you can engage them. There's a hefty bonus if you wipe them out, but be careful of being overwhelmed. For the moment, I'm confident we're going to be fine. Hey, it's a Commando.
Oh, how cute.
Aren't the original crab mechs supposed to be quad-legged? No, no, they're not quad-legged, but I'll see if I can find one here in a second.
I'm losing a lot of armor here.
Alright, a couple of commandos that we're going to have to deal with first. They're bringing the rest of the mechs up.
Yes, Commander.
The bit that I really love about that is I just alpha striked with the Highlander, with Decker on board. No heat change. There is nothing stopping me from alpha striking outside of my ammunition count every single time on this mech. There is nothing to stop me from doing this.
On it.
I don't think we need the Gauze rifle.
Yeah, you don't have that much ammunition for that.
Firing.
It would help if Decker was a slightly better shot, though. Normally it would be my character in there, which is why I pumped him up to 10, so he wouldn't miss shots like that.
Yeah, well,
Onward.
Alright, so I'm going to get rid of the tow rag. So I'm expecting LRMs to be coming in here in just a second. Pull one of the mediums out. That was alright. Happy New Year, just a chap. That's what's so good about the Gauss rifle. It almost no heat. Yeah, and the fact that the Highland is full of double heat sinks as well.
Yes,
so
Commander.
the heat that it does generate is just completely offset. I mean, I'm still disappointed it doesn't give you the choice, because if it had given you the choice on the castle mission, Nautilus mission, I would have definitely have taken the Atlas, because, you know, I like my Atlases. But as a second option, it's not bad.
Copy that.
Oh yeah.
Right, so that gets rid of that tow rack.
Hostile removed.
Now I'm going to run the Dragon wide, because I want to also have the Dragon just take a little bit of a look up here for when they're coming through. Only we'll pull the SRMs out. I'm actually going to use a precision strike. We've got enough points for that, just to try and see if we can pop the center torso with the double plus AC5 and just get this commando out of the way. It would be nice. Come on. No. Fortunately, no. Another bogey. We're not getting a third wave of reinforcements, are we?
You might.
Hmm. Also no ammo explosions with Gauss rifles, but the weapon explodes instead, yeah. And in the case of the Highlander, the weapon's mounted in the arm, which is a concern,
You're just
although
embarrassing yourself.
it's pretty heavily armored. But it's still, yeah.
I
So we
can't
gotta
take
get rid of
much
that
more of
commando.
this.
Just
Still a
so,
gut punch.
yeah, we want to get rid of that commando so that we blind them. Oh, now we gotta get rid of the cicada as well. Well, Decker, I might have found the next thing for you to Alpha
I'm
Strike.
wounded.
Are you serious? Head hit on... God damn it. That's
I'm
alright,
receiving
he's
you.
got the points to be able to take it. He's going to have to cool down for a round. Runs surprisingly hot. I might have to look at his, look at that build a bit. $50 if we go for the cicada. What happens if we shut down everything except the LRMs? Heat is still high. Yeah, let's cool the Archer for a round. It'll be fine. I can take a brand off. And here comes the cataphract. Alright.
Yes, Commander. Move order
Catapult in
confirmed.
position in front of the Archer. You got no good aim on that catapult and on that commando. It's getting all the dodge bonuses. Center torso. That's going to blow overheat. Let's pull one PPC out. So one PPC, two mead lasers into the commando. K2 still got MGs. We have to pull the MGs and ammo out of this thing. Save up
Target
the weight.
confirmed.
And you miss with the big... Of course you do. I need you to pop the
Commander.
recon mech and you miss. Alright, Dragon Ford
copy.
next. We need to precision strike our way through a goddamn commando just because of the evasion bonuses it's getting.
Affirmative.
There. Thank you. Good. Tow rag removed.
Enemy down.
Receiving
Decker,
you.
remove him so he gets his evasion bonus, and he is
Got
going to
it.
turn everything on and alpha strike that cicada. That's his target. So you on, you on. Center torso. SRMs are only at 50%, 80% on the Gauze rifle. Yeah, everything else is fine. Make the cicada
Giving him
go away,
everything I've
please.
got.
Nice one, Jerry, by the way. I just heard in my head,
Think I hit something good.
you've got a hole in your left patella.
Well, that's the cicadas. Another contract, more government units on the field. Now this fight's getting out of hand. Withdraw if you need to. Commander bonus or not, we're already way outside what we agreed to when we signed for this contract. Yeah, 2.5 skulls, my ass. Although we're all right for the moment. We're still bunkered in.
That small plateau in front of that forest is really giving you good cover.
That tweren't much.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't want to move further in. They're going to have to crest the ridge lines to come down, and this forest, so long as I keep moving around inside of it, I will keep getting evasion bonuses and cover bonuses from being inside of the forest. So I can move around here and engage out, and they've got to come over the ridge lines and break around, which lets me pick them off one at a time. But there's a lot. My biggest concern right now, I'm not actually concerned about the direct fire weapons on any of these. If any of these get too close, like I can do that once a round to a mech. That thing's knackered. It's done.
Orders?
Yeah.
Like I can just.
The bigger problem is if they have long-range fire support mechs.
Yeah, just
and
lobbing.
those don't matter
Yeah,
you.
yeah, constantly lobbing in. The LRM should be sufficient.
Confirmed.
There we go. See, Cicada's gone. Yeah, just constantly getting lobbed missiles
That's a
over
kill.
and over and over and over again. That's more of an issue. Later, Tellies. Off to bed. Happy New Year, everyone, and hope you can salvage mechs you want. Enjoy the stream.
Internal structure damage.
I'm glad you enjoyed it,
My
mate.
insides
Good night,
are
mate, and I'll
getting
catch
beat
you
up.
next time.
Commander?
Alright, so. Cataphract, we do want to recover one of these.
Commander?
It looks like there's 2 of them on the field. We only need to recover 1. This catapult, it's actually already got torso damage. I have to pull it back, present. Yeah, present right. Right and side, although that spider's nowhere near close enough. I really need to send the dragon
the
over
move.
there to deal with that spider. And yeah, catapult needs to cool for a round.
Copy.
Shocker and the dragon. Yeah, probably there, because then I'm still presenting front armor to the cataphract if it decides to
my
try
way.
and shoot past. And go for the dragon, so it won't get in the rear. God, that's terrible. I'll just fire the AC-5.
Here we go.
Miss. Yeah.
Dang it!
Yeah, the evasion bonuses on the scout mechs are going to make these hard to get rid of the
Ready
tow
for
rags
orders.
fast enough. It's really probably the major weakness of this launch. Oh, let's put the Highlander.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like to have something that either can use sensor scan, because that takes 2 of the evasions off.
Well, the problem is my scout pilot is sitting inside of the Highlander at the moment. I kind of need him to do Highlander things.
Yeah, exactly. Or someone with multi-target, so you can actually remove multiple evasions in one attack, basically.
Alright, let's take off that Cataphract's
Locking
torso.
in all weapon systems. That hit something good.
I think multiple things got hit good. So that's the Cataphract largely removed as a threat. We might have been slightly too hard on it. Kintaro, I've still got a 55 tonner. Have to look and see what parts of that thing are left. Tell you, oh, sorry, I was saying later for Grievous. Yeah. Yeah, Tel's right there. I do have a tendency to read chat news first. I try and keep up with everything that everyone's saying while I'm playing. It does tend to distract me every now and again from the game, but I like this. As I actually said this to somebody in the comments of the upload for the VOD that I put on YouTube for the last stream. For the last almost 9 years, because I started this channel in 2013 and we're going into 2022, so almost 9 years, I've essentially been sitting in a room on my own talking to myself with the microphone to make content. I really like being able to sit here and actually chat live to everybody in the stream. Even if it means that I fuck up the gameplay every now and again. I actually like being able to sit back and have a conversation with people while I'm playing, rather than being that weirdo who talks to himself like I have been for almost a decade.
Reporting.
Oh boy.
Well, it's
I
true.
Just realized how many years have we known each other now? 6, 5, something like that?
More? 7?
Jesus Christ.
I hadn't been. The channel wasn't all that old when I sort of started meeting, well, the core of really everybody that I ended up meeting. So, you know, like this community has been around for a while at this point.
Yeah.
Oh God, we were so close. We nearly took its head. Decker.
13 hit points left on the head. Oh god.
Decker. If you hit the head once, we take this mech home. It's got no weapons left. The Cataphract is now completely inert. The only thing you can do is come up.
At this point, I'd put in the SRMs because they have an individual chance to hit the head.
Not anymore, they don't. They used to. Although you're right.
You could also get a knockdown on him and get another pilot injury.
My biggest concern is it'll blow out the center armor. Although, yeah, it'll be too much damage.
Yeah, I would take the Gauss rifle, the M lasers off, and just the rockets in.
I'd take the Gauss rifle in because all he's got to do is hit once, 90% chance to hit, and if he hits, it's done.
Yeah, but the chance to hit the head is like 80%.
Come on, please.
That's the last of them. All primary targets down.
Oh well. It was worth the roll. It was worth the roll.
Yep.
You just blew the core out. It was, the only armor left on it was on that front plate, and it just wasn't enough.
Such is life.
Yeah. Well, that's the entire first lance eliminated, and we've already taken out 25% of the second one. I think we just keep going.
Copy.
So, Kintaro, Archangel. I'm going to move you one over Archangel, and
the good one is
you can do your job.
So far, they don't really
Take
seem
the
to
shot.
have any LRM.
They had some coming in before, but the problem is we keep killing their scouts. This is the issue. The Kintaro is the only one who can see us at the moment. Although
Yeah.
I am concerned, I didn't quite catch what they had over here, so I'm a little concerned about what's coming from this direction. Because they're not on my sensors either. We've only got these three. So what's that? 30 tonner, and 55 tonner in there. There were 4 mechs that dropped over here, and I cannot see what they are just yet. They are not in my sensor scopes.
Reporting.
Yeah, let's run the dragon out of cover.
Moving.
Get another sneaky snipe off at the Kintaro. We'll just AC5 to cool it. Actually, no, we can give it a bit more than that. I don't really care about the Kintaro too much, so
Here we go.
peel off some of its armor. Head hit, pilot injured. Said I could have used that head hit
That
before.
was a critical
Oh, damn it.
hit.
Just on the wrong mech.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, Barak, go wide with the catapult. And you're nicely cooled
Confirm.
off as well. Kintaro, PPC's on. Let's switch the meat lasers off for heat. Just for heat concerns.
We'll go.
SRM6
Scored a
crit.
critical hit.
And quite some stability damage there.
Yep. Just smacking it around a little bit. And the spider's coming in. Not too concerned about that. If you're not jumping on
I mean,
people
the
with the
spider
Highland,
is-
are you really using it right? Well, as I said, it gets damaged if you jump on them with it. So it has to be somebody that's worthy of it. And there's very little here that's actually worthy of a death from above.
They're blowing through my armor.
At least the voices in your head are real and not imagined. I never said I wasn't having a conversation with somebody else while I was sitting in a room on my own with nobody to talk to.
Yeah, but talking to your dick while you're yanking on it doesn't count.
Oh, nice, Tel. Cunt. Training you too well. Well, yeah, that whole
Only
thing about
yourself to blame for this.
them not having
That shot
LRM
went
boats.
internal.
Yeah, they're now in range, it seems.
Yeah, it seems they do. Apparently they landed with the other...
Standing by.
And they've got 3
But
up here, so we need to do something.
I would say that isn't necessarily LRM boats, because that was 2 relatively small
Moving
strikes,
to
like
position.
10 or so.
Yeah, but it's enough. It's LRM equipped mechs
annoying,
that can
yes.
hit us that we don't have any visuals on, and they've just peeled off another chunk of armor on my mech.
Yeah.
So we need to... Ooh, jeez, those mediums dump the heat up. We need to start dealing with some of these. This Griffin needs to be eradicated. Only 50%.
Roger that.
Just take off its center torso armor so we can make it go away.
Ready for orders.
Archangel's heat's still relatively good, so we'll do... Move Archangel there. Just to, again, getting the evasion bonus and trying to break line of sight with the Kintaro so it can't engage. 50s on the mediums, only 60s. Looks like we're just lobbing LRMs for the moment at the Griffin.
Locked on target.
Head hit, pilot injured.
Commander.
Shocker. Shocker, we're going to charge in. We're going to try and get that spider into melee and punch it in the face. AC5.
Lock in target.
Well, you hope you can punch in the face well, because
Guess
you've missed
I'm
with the
gonna
AC
have to try
twice now.
harder.
Yeah, you're going to have to try harder.
What's up, boss? Acknowledged.
Alright. Decker. Believe you know how this works.
Do a couple ammo.
Now let's save the ammo on the Gauze rifle. We've only got 12 rounds on it at the moment. Yeah, make the Kintaro go away.
Engaging with target. Scored a critical hit.
The Kintaro's still there. Oh, no, there it goes. Never mind.
Oops. See, Decker was just, you know, doing a little sneaky on you.
And here comes the first of our third round. We got a Locust.
Oh god.
They're coming in on our rear though, so we do actually need
Light
to be concerned
damage,
because
Commander.
they get on the flanks. That's less than optimal.
Yeah.
And another missile salvo.
Aye, aye.
Let's get Shocker.
Location confirmed.
Roll the AC off. Precision strike. And that's all we get.
Those are-
Yeah, those are really terrible. That's barely worth a precision strike, to be honest. It doesn't really make that much of a difference.
All honesty, I would just launch the SM4s and strip one of his evasions off and be done with it for the turn.
Yeah, I think I'll fire two. Actually, no, you might be right. Stick with the SRM4.
Confirmed.
Just leave it. Then I can at least get the cooldown on it.
So help me.
I hope maybe I can get him with one of the other ones.
Okay, I will not do that again.
Standing by.
Yeah, I just had a sneeze come up and I tried to suppress it. I mean, I did suppress it, but it wasn't
Rolling.
really pleasant. Next time
Alright,
I'll
so
just
the
blow your
LRMs.
eardrums.
That's fine. Just do it and apologise. It's all good. Alright, we're going to have to do a cooldown on this Archer soon enough.
Target acquired.
Just kind of want to slap this spider silly and get rid of it.
Standing by.
Barak, let's pull you back and swing your sensors around. So we can see if we can pick
Affirmative.
anything else that's coming up that line. Nothing on the rest of them. We can't see them at all. Twin PPCs, we're still only getting a 30%. Get that up, it gets us to 40 at the very least. It's sad that I gotta use the precision strikes just to hit these things. It really is.
Yeah, but
On the
that's what
upside.
5
Copy
invasion
that.
clips will do to you.
Yeah. Not really getting the damage.
And
I'd
that's the
like.
center torso exposed, I'm guessing.
Pretty much. One of them hit. I was hoping two. Two would have been sufficient to kill it.
Move order
Yeah.
received.
Alright, let's...
I mean, with a 40% chance to hit, that's...
That's some terrible
Still-
odds from here too. But oh well. Let's do it without the Gauze rifle.
Firing on target. Target's taken a critical hit.
God damn.
Yeah, it's being surprisingly resistant to dying.
Yeah.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Although, again, if I was these guys, I would have come up over the ridgeline, realised I was facing off against a Highlander, turned my mech around, and then ran back down the other side of that mountain as fast as I possibly could.
Big hit. That was a big hit.
Yeah, we just lost heat sinks, which is not what I want to lose in a K2.
Commander, I'm hit.
They always target the chicken walkers. The K2's now copping the beating like the Marauder did. It looks like I'm going to have to rebuild the K2 and up its armor volume even more.
Confirmed.
Please. No, still not enough.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cool the Archer for this turn.
Watching my heat gauge.
I have to pull the K2 back and start trying to get it into cover, so it gets a line of sight break from these guys. So now they've run the Locust up here, they've lost line of sight to the K2 if it gets in behind this this large rock area over here. So they'll be able to, the guys down here, what is that? 250 tonners. Probably 2 trebuchets that are down here at the moment lobbing missiles. We'll have to pick a new target. I might be able to rotate the catapult back around and actually get some shots off with it. Shame I don't have multi-target on this. Oh, that should be the end of the Griffin finally. There we go, he's out.
Enemy down.
What if a bloody Atlas appears? I could probably take an Atlas with the Highlander.
Knowing Max, he'd like to kill its head.
Yeah, I would definitely try and recover the Atlas. I could probably do that with a Highlander. If I got multiple assault mechs in, that would be a concern. I would be worried.
Yes, Commander.
But one Atlas, yeah, I could probably take it. Like that's not just a Highlander, that's an SLDF Highlander. So God, it's got no armor left at all.
Let's go.
I really should have just sprinted it out. Oh, aren't you brave?
God, that's cute.
The size of the balls of the spider pilot. They're obscene.
I'm going to kick you to death. Once all the legs are removed, okay, let's call it a draw.
Just for those that may
Barely
not
hit, Commander.
be aware of what you're seeing there, the left arm on the Highlander weighs more than the Spider. That's like watching a 3-year-old punch a bodybuilder.
Standing by.
And not just playfully punch. No, it was the intent to do some damage.
For a demonstration.
Reporting critical hit.
Oops, there goes his right side.
Commander.
Shocker. That'll cool the dragon off. There's a
Another one
lot of
for the
three-part
kill.
mechs we've actually managed to recover here. That Kintaro was a recovery. That one was a recovery. Unfortunately, I don't think the Cataphract was. I'm pretty sure that was a Senator.
Awaiting orders.
We've got a couple of full mech recoveries here that we're not actually trying to full mech recover. Alright.
Here we go.
I'm bolting the catapult out of here because it's about to get focused to shit. It needs to break line of sight. So now it needs to get sensor locked in order for them to missile salvo it.
I'm ready.
And I'm going to pull the Archer back in
confirmed.
front of it. It needs to cool off for another round as well. I'm definitely going to have to make some modifications to this Archer. It's still running too hot. It takes two rounds to actually cool it off. And Locust is moving to try and get line assault on the catapult again. The question is, did it manage it? I would say by the fact the 50-tonners are moving and not shooting that no, it didn't.
Reporting.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything
Waiting for orders.
heavier than those 50 tonners left.
No, that's it. That's the entire remainder of the third lance. We just annihilated the second lance. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, and the scout down here, the Locust. That's their number 4.
Yep.
So I'm going to use a precision shot on the now heavily evading, and we are going to dump everything we can in it in the hope that some of it actually hits the center torso and kills the Locust and takes away their scout. And then those 50-tonners have to come up and shirt front a Highlander.
Firing on target.
Come on, something, please. You can't aim for shit. All those missiles, and most of them went into the ground. Look at that. That's the blast area from the missiles. And
yeah,
the Locust
you just
got
Happy
nothing.
New Year, Tim.
God.
Lots
Orders?
of pretty explosions and little effect.
Position confirmed.
I think it might be worth to just
Okay
sensor scan
then,
you.
I know there isn't one in the game vanilla-wise, but what if you have to face a 100-ton direwolf or Dashi? Again, I could probably beat one. Probably beat one direwolf. Again, remember, the Highlander isn't just a Highlander. This is an SLDF variant. This is essentially it's a full Lost Tech equipped Highlander, which would be roughly equivalent in performance to an equivalent weight clan mech, somewhere in that area. Only 35. Gets it up to 40, 45. If the Gauze Rifle hits it, it wins. It wouldn't be an easy fight, and there would be a lot of risk having to deal with it. But I could potentially take one out, especially if I have access to all 4 of my mechs. Tow rag is destroyed. The enemy
It's go
team no
time.
longer has any more scouts.
We can salvage that.
Yeah, I don't think we want to salvage that. That looks like the aftermath of something that I've stood on with my boot.
Copy.
So now, if they want to come out and fight, they have to actually come out and fight.
Yeah, I think the Locust is one that you have to, well, if you wanted to recycle the mech, you would have to put the high pressure hose into the cockpit first.
Right, so I'm going to move this one up a little bit and
Confirmed.
use the mineral deposit here. That's actually why that was giving so much difficulty, the mineral deposit bonuses. And just
Yeah.
brace. Alright, so Enforcer, Centurion, and I can't see what the last one is.
Aye, aye.
And once again, I'm having to
Moving
take
out.
one of my mechs and hide it in the back row where it can't be targeted. So Barack can hide around there and lock down. I know Blood Asp has the range advantage with twin gauze rifles. Oh, there's a lot of advantages when you start looking at things like clan mechs. Clan mechs
Hanging in there.
represent what Inner Sphere technology would have looked like should the Star League have never collapsed. They didn't advance as fast as Star League era tech was because they were a small group and isolated on their own. But their technology is the logical advancements that you would have seen in the Inner Sphere had they stayed. Because when Kerensky buggered off and the clans were formed out in the far northern periphery, they didn't just go with their mech warriors. They went with mech techs. They went with manufacturers. They went with the lot, so they could build up their own little society.
What's up, boss?
So they also had mech designers from the Star League, and they had expert manufacturers from the period that never had to go through the First Succession War, never had all their crap broken, and were able to just continue working. And eventually were required to continue working. Right, Enforcer, Centurion, and we've still got that one. Don't really care about either of any of these, so I just want them to go away. This has got an AC-10 on it, and a large laser. So Enforcer goes first.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
To be destroyed
Inflicted
first.
some heavy damage.
Well, bullet
Commander?
bolt.
Acknowledged.
Still going to push over. We'll cycle off one of the LRM-15s, but we're still going to be...
I mean, if you hit them with like 2 or 3 of those rockets, he'll just go down.
No, I'm going to pop
Because
the
he's standing in
coolant.
the rubble.
Locked and loaded. Here it comes. Hell yes.
There we go. That solved that problem.
Tango down.
Yeah, Warhawk's got 4 PPCs.
Affirmative.
You know, I'm not super big on... I've got my favourite clan mechs, I think everybody does, but I'm not a big clan mech fan, or a big clan fan in particular. I'm pro Inner Sphere. Just remember, for all their technology, for all their equipment, for all their training, for everything that they had, the clan still lost. All of them lost. And then 5 years after they lost, the Inner Sphere went through and did a demonstration of exactly what they're capable of and annihilated the entirety of Clan Smoke Jaguar.
Affirmative.
In the end, in order for the clans to actually take Terra, which didn't happen until the 3100s, nearly 100 years after the clan invasion, which is the entry to the Ill Clan era, they had to become more like an Inner Sphere faction, and they had to change away from being like the clans.
Commander?
Because their own society and their own way of doing things, for all their advantages
Aye,
that
aye.
they had,
Oh, it's on now.
kept causing them to lose. Constantly lose. The second the element of surprise was lost, and the Inner Sphere factions had a chance to actually look at clan tech and work out what they were actually facing, understand how the clan society functioned, and see what the quality of their mechs were. The clans lost in nearly every engagement they were involved in.
I'm ready.
They got their asses flogged by mechs that were held together by basically duct tape.
Moving to position.
And Yeah, I can't hit him with anything else. So we just lob the
Engaging
LRM
target.
on him again. That heat's going to come back to the coolant fan. That's the way it works, but it'll let us strip off some armor at the very least. When it comes to the clans, I'm more of a Ghost Bear fan than the rest. The Wolves are a little arrogant. I
Got an
don't
armor
like
breach.
Jade Falcon
Internals
at all.
are taking damage.
Yes,
more
Commander.
more of the Ghost Bears. The Ghost Bears are actually pretty cool. And I do love the Kodiak, which is basically the clan's answer to an Atlas. Kodiak is an awesome piece of kit. It was my favorite mech in Ghost Bear's Legacy back in the day. That and the Behemoth, the Stone Rhino, which is actually more of an artillery mech. Ah, screw it. Let's just delete the entire thing. It
On
doesn't
it.
matter. We're nearly done finally. Behemoth is just a beast.
Critical
Not
hit,
particularly
Commander.
good in close range fight because that's not what it's built for. But all the big guns, 100-ton walking artillery piece wrapped in armor. No one likes Jade Falcon, even Jade Falcon fans. Yeah, no, that's fair. No, that's fair, especially once you get to that sort of the start of the Ill Clan era, where the section that I'm up to in the lore at the moment, where they're basically turned into space Mongols, led by a psychopath. I admit she is a well-written character. I know how I can tell she's a well-written character because I already am looking forward to the book that she gets killed in. She plays a really good villain. She's nuts. I'm looking forward to somebody sticking her in a blender.
Copy.
How good is the Hatchetman?
Always
Hatchetman and Axeman are fantastic. Hatchetman and Axeman confused the frig out of the clans when they first encountered them.
Awaiting orders.
It's a shame I can't get the Hatchetman without doing a flashpoint, which I can't do until I complete the campaign. I'll have to when I start a new campaign. I will have, or a new career rather, I'll have to make sure I do that flashpoint as early as possible so I can get the Hatchetman.
Roger that.
While it's still useful.
From what I read, the Behemoth can use its arms as battering rams. It can. They are heavily reinforced and armored, but it's not ideal. The main design for the Behemoth was a long-range
Systems holding.
assault support mech. So essentially it would sit in the back row. It could take virtually any amount of LRM fire from anyone trying to get rid of it, and it could provide precision fire support from the back lines against whatever targets needed to be to be dealt with.
Receiving you.
Without having to concern yourself with defending, because obviously the major issue with most support mechs like that is you do need to make sure they're defended, and you don't have so you can't stray away from them too much. The idea for the Behemoth was that it could sit in the back row and you could just forget about it. It would shoot anything that it could see. If something slipped past you and managed to get to your back row, well, they've still got to fight a Behemoth. So it's not too much of a concern if something gets a little loose. Alright, let's take the LRM-20s out, because we're starting to run a little low on those. And take the Gauss rifle out of this
Locked on
round.
target.
Bye. I'm looking
Target
forward to seeing the
neutralized.
kill count on Decker for this one.
Ready for orders.
I think he's going to earn that new skill point in gunnery in just this mission. Alright, so now
Commander.
Brock's up here, and Brock does have sensor lock, so I can actually maybe make use of him?
Copy that.
Maybe. No, still too far away. Should have sprinted. He's pretty much safe to move forward now. They've only got one mech left.
Standing by. Affirmative.
That little patch of trees worked really well. Overall, outside of the K2 getting knocked around a little bit, and I probably should have reconfigured its armor, everything else is basically undamaged. For all those mechs, it just took the lot, and yeah, they've been fine. What about the World of Blake mechs and vehicles? World of Blake mechs and vehicles are just repainted SLDF stuff, Starlink Defense Force stuff. That's all World of Blake's gear really was. Comstar in general. There was some post-clan invasion development, but there wasn't really anything too interesting there that I've seen. I really don't like the Jihad era all that much anyway. World of Blake can die in a fire, but Comstar can die in a fire as well.
Lock in target.
Yeah, World of Blake is just Comstar.
That was a critical hit.
It's the Comstar religious zealot faction when they decided that they were going to try and take over the inner sphere and and
That one tagged me good.
yeah, they were
Reporting.
yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Comstar are basically the core of every single problem in the entire inner sphere. So the sooner they can all die, the
Commander.
better. I enjoy any mission in this. I enjoy any mission in this that I pick up where I suddenly have to deal with Comstar units because I like killing them.
Firing at him.
Yeah, that's right, Tally. It's Comstar. World of Blake is just Comstar's religious, fanatical
Standing by.
sect that for some reason believes their leader is a
Roger that.
prophet or they're crazy, basically.
I've got a
Select the
sensor lock.
Centurion to take away any evasion bonuses it has
Order.
left. Archangel. Lob some LRMs over there. See if we can take it down. Pilot injured. And we got a knockdown
Reporting
as
critical
well, so
hit.
he's going to fall down. Pilot's going to take another injury. Yeah, don't like Comstar, and I like World of Blake even less. Spoken like any
Ready
good,
for orders.
any good inner sphere pilot. Nobody likes Comstar. You just have to deal with them. Because unfortunately, they run everything.
Acknowledged.
Stop, please. Thank you. That's the end of the mission.
Hostile removed.
That's 12 mechs destroyed. Let's see how good the bonus is for this one. Remember, this was only a 2.5 scale mission as well.
Mission successful.
Easy peasy.
I personally like Davian the most. Yeah, Davian's a good faction. As I've said in the past, I'm
Oh boy.
I'm
That's
Steiner
some nice
Merrick.
bonuses.
Alright. Contract payment increased by 40%. Contract payment increased by 40%. Yeah, that was worth the time to knock through. So 767,000, and now we get our pick of the mechs. And the only one that really took any significant damage was the catapult. The Dragons just needs armor bolted on it. Everything inside's fine.
Oh god.
Catapult needs a rebuild.
I just saw the catapult has stored the MG ammo in the central torso.
Yeah, that's probably part of the reason why that's blown. I should have fixed that. Like the kills in the Highlander. Decker, you're getting a raise again. Yeah, 12-0, not a bad score. Yeah, that's generally the way I like things going. All right, so we got the Cataphract here at 70 tons. Centurion, Cicada, Commando, Enforcer, Griffin, Kintaro, Locust, Phoenix Hawk, Spider. Alright, so I'm taking the Cataphract, obviously. I am going to also take the Kintaro, and I am going to take the Centurion, because I've got 2 of 3 on both of those, so I can get a 50 tonner and a 55 tonner. These will basically be selling mechs. I might keep the Kintaro. I do like Kintaros at 55 tons, but it is starting to get a little light for what I'm looking for now. Centurion I've already got, so that can be sold off.
Any good stuff in the weapons?
That's what I was just about to scroll down through. Ooh.
Oh, oh yes. Plus 3 accuracy and plus 50% crit. Ooh.
It's nice, but it is only a mead laser. It's not worth giving up a completed mech. Like, I'm going to sell these off for a couple of million each, or $1 million each. It's not worth surrendering.
I mean,
Hopefully,
the Centurion has several shots to give you the one, doesn't it? So maybe gamble that.
Yeah, I suppose I could gamble the Kintaro. Yeah, I'll gamble
I mean,
the Kintaro because I've got 3 parts Kintaro on the. There's only one part of that particular Centurion.
Okay.
But I've got 3 parts Kintaro, so I can take a gamble on those. And yeah, I'll take a triple plus mead laser because I can use that to start outfitting. So, we got okay.
Okay, the SRM6 is
Yeah, I'll take the SRM6. Thank you very much. That is far more useful for my builds. I use them heavily. 4 damage plus stability damage. Thank you very much.
Anything else down there?
Nah, it's all just ammo and basic supplies that I can pick up.
Yeah,
Hopefully
okay.
we pick up the 2 mead lasers and a Kintaro part in the random roll. Let's see what we get. Alright, we got a Kintaro part, so we won out. We actually got 2 parts of the Kintaro. And we got the mead laser. Alright.
Nice.
So there's a 12.6 million C-bill haul. In salvage as well as 700, heading towards 800,000 credits raw. So that's paid for all of our cost of repairs and replacement parts, our entire next month of operations, and we've just picked up over $12 million worth of salvage as well. Lady Centrella is ready to meet us on Weldry, Commander. I have filed a contract in the command center, which you can wait.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Yep, that's alright. I don't really care
That
what
mech
that
you
is.
asked for is
Don't
cleared
really
for
care
fighting.
either. Alright, so the Centurion, I'm going to sell off for 344,000. We will just scrap it. That's right, the values of these are actually a lot lower to sell, so it can just be sold. Kintaro. I'll just send us.
Maybe the Shadowhawk out for the Kintaro in?
Kintaro will send us. Actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Actually, I might even sell the Shadowhawk. Like, it's a good all-rounder, but it's sort of hit its use-by date. The Kintaro is far better. Kintaro is far, far, far better. Alright, bays. Let's see what we have here. So, Dragon, repair. Hang on. Repair, repair. The rest of the mechs didn't take enough damage to actually even need me to click the repair button.
Yeah. Armor gets replaced for free.
This catapult. Alright, so we have some adjustments to make here. So, alright. I'm not putting a double plus PPC on this thing. Alright, so we got a mead laser that has to go in. We'll put a standard mead in. The MGs are coming out. The MG ammo is coming out. Heat sinks to the legs, and I want equipment, 2 additional heat sinks. That gets us up to 62. Alright, now let's max the armor. Alright, we're going to pull the backs down to 60. Maximize the armor on both arms. Put the rest into the legs. Let's try and see if we can find the balance. No, we're going to topple over on that. Oh, this is going to be one of those mechs
Yeah,
that has the...
because you have 147 and 148 in the right and left torso.
Ah, of course. No. 90.
And 194 in the center torso.
There we go. Yeah, there's the balance. So 100 for each arm, 150 on each torso with 60 back, 45 on the head, 195 front, 75 rear, and 90, 95. It's an uneven... That's bugging me. Let's go to 200. 200 in the center and 90 on each leg. And we've stripped out the MGs, which are practically useless. I don't have any purpose for the MGs at all.
They can be useful, but not with such a big mech, basically.
They're useful on lighter mechs, to use on lighter mechs. But the thing to remember is the reason why MGs exist in the Battletech universe is not something that actually exists in this Battletech game. MGs on mechs are specifically there not for other mechs. In fact, most mechs are meant to be completely immune to MG fire. They're essentially 50 caliber machine guns. The MGs exist for anti-infantry because
Crowd control.
infantry units with man-portable anti-mech weapons.
Yeah.
It's used to mow down soldiers that are risks on the ground, and occasionally civilians if that happens to be a thing that pops up that you need done, which happens probably more often than it should. I think some of the mods adds the troops. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I downloaded the overhaul mods and haven't looked back. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to once I've completed this campaign, then I'm going to start throwing the mods into it, and I've given out the mod sequences for it, and I'm pretty sure some of the mods they add in extra vehicles, and I think they might add in adding other ground forces as well. I'm not 100% sure on what they're all going to have. I haven't flicked through all the unit loadouts for the mods yet. But I'm sort of hoping that there is some infantry and stuff that comes in, because man-portable mech weapons are actually a genuine threat in the Battletech universe. Yet groups of soldiers that basically carry shoulder-mounted SRMs, and you get them in groups or get them inside of buildings as mechs are walking past and they shoot out of the windows. It's nasty shit. There is genuinely a risk from non-mech forces that isn't actually represented in any of the Battletech games outside of, or all the MechWarrior games outside of the first Mech Commander. Mech Commander 1 has infantry forces, and they do carry man-portable weapons that can fire back at you, as I recall. They were removed because there were concerns, because while they were just a couple of pixel tall little blobs that basically moved around, when your mech stood on them, they did leave a nice red splash on the ground afterwards, because that is a genuine way you can deal with troops as well. Standing on them is a thing. And apparently that causes issues in regards to like age ratings and stuff. Battletech Advanced 3062 has battle armor from what I know. Yeah, that'll be the second mod that I run. That'll be the second mod. I'm going to run extended first and then advanced as the second, and that would make sense because I'd need the elemental armor from the clans. So, yeah. Although that should technically be in Battletech extended as well, because if that goes to 3057, the elementals show up during the clan invasion as well. They're actually forerunning forces. So, all right. So we are actually going to have to peel off some days here because we have quite a few mechs that are actually in repair, but we've just done really well. We've got 6.2 million in the bank. All of our bills are paid. We've done this essentially, both those missions have been done in one day. So we haven't advanced time at all at this point, and we've paid out probably 6 months worth of operations. So we can afford to now have a little bit of downtime. And that means I'm probably going to pull this stream to a close as well, because it's 2:15 in the morning. So I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours, and yeah, it's probably time to actually start getting ahead. First things first, though.
It's 2:15 in 2022.
Yes, it's 2:15 in 2022. That is very much correct. So we actually blow some points here first. So where is Decker?
Waiting for orders.
Oh, he's back up to 5,300 again. Yeah, he can have that gunnery upgrade. He deserves that. He very much deserves that. There you go. Only took him one mission to get his gunnery upgrade.
Mech Warrior training complete.
From the last amount of points spent. And it's what happens when you annihilate two lances of mechs on your own. Now, Shocker, you've got some points now to deal with as well. And I have to make some decisions about what you're going to do. Yeah, the same build as Archangel wouldn't be terrible. Although, having said that, Breaching Shot, Hunter's the only character I have with Breaching Shot. Because the other one I had that had it was Behemoth, and Behemoth died. So, I might go for Breaching Shot. So I want multi-shot, and then go for Breaching Shot next, so I can actually have a second sniper. I'll grab Piloting 5, and we'll grab Tactics 5 as well. That gets everything up to 5.
Training complete.
Ready for orders.
Medusa can hold on to those points. We'll save those. We've got a Gunnery 10 to pick up, or potentially a Gut 7, which would be useful. Hunter's been chilling in the med bed for a while, so I don't need to worry about him. Decker's good.
Yes, Commander.
Bruck got some points as well. So Bruck's going second recon, and back up to Decker with piloting and sensor scan. Yeah, I think I'll do Bruck can be a second Decker build with Master Tactician, so he can be my backup scout. I'm going to have to pick up a couple of new mech warriors as well and start them training. But I'll pick up them on the next stream. For the moment, yeah, I haven't got enough to get to the next 2 points. One hit defense. Gunnery 7. If he's going to be spending more time up front, Gunnery 7 would be more useful. So we'll pick up Gunnery 7. And I need to get 2 points into Guts and 1 point into Tactics. And then he will be pretty much set for what I need.
I'm ready.
And Archangel, 5,500 points. Already got a pre-made setup on this one because it was a predefined character. Get you up to Tactics 5 so we can fix your range issues. And you can pick up another point in Gunnery as well, I think.
Mech Warrior training complete.
Alright, so we're not too bad on pilots. We could... Firing hole. Let's see who's around. I was going to save this, but we might as well have a bit of a look now. So crap.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, one of them is called Beaker.
Orders.
Too bad he has no hair.
Garajet. Marek nobility. No strong central authority governs the adoption of titles of nobility in the Free Worlds League, but one thing is common in all of them: they're all extremely wealthy. She might be worth picking up.
If she's so wealthy, why does she want to hire on with a merc group?
For the fun of it. And let's be perfectly honest, if you were wealthy and in the inner sphere, wouldn't you want to drive a mech? Hell, if I wasn't wealthy and I was in the inner sphere, but actually there'd be very little that would make me not want it. And it'd be a mech or an aerotech. Speaking of which, I want a game in the Battletech universe where I can fly an aerotech. Give me a Battletech flight sim, goddammit.
Yeah, that would be fun.
There's a whole tabletop set of rules and a bunch of units that has never been touched. All we see is endless friggin' warriors in MechWarrior 5.
Yeah.
I want to do strafing runs in my Space A10 on BattleMech groups, please. I might pick up Gyrojet.
You want to do a back turn between the legs of a moving atlas? Tell it was I think it is.
Yes, I do want to do that. Actually, that would be great. I'm gonna pick up Gyrojet here. Only 27,000, so relatively cheap. And she'll get her points up fairly quickly, being this low when I've got the train in the mech trainers that I've got. So I can leave her sit for a little while, and she'll upgrade. And I can use her on some of my shit tier missions to make some money.
New mech warriors available.
We really need to hire at least one more as well. But that should do us for the moment. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're good to go now. I'll just go through the last of chat here at the moment. Make sure I haven't missed anything else in here. Yeah, I did that originally. That's what I couldn't remember. Maybe a new mech warrior. You are looking a little thin on pilots. Yeah, I need a couple more. I'm not really in an ideal world for it at the moment. Star map wise, we're just here. So we're in sort of in the middle of shitland. There's nothing really going on. I need to do a little bit of an explore around and see if I can find something better. Whole bunch of Taurian space over there that'd be nice, but not to work for them, to kill them, obviously. But we gotta, yeah, they got the travel contract there to Weldry. I think I'm gonna go the other direction though. I might go over to U-Train, see what's floating around there in the next one. Abandoned. Alloway, tropical. Belliferon, been there. That's where we started. Detroit. Yeah, I'll have to have a think about it on the next the next stream and see if we can find a spot to go through that'll be a bit interesting. Cause we got to find a spot that's. We got Arctic. Former Star League presence. So this is good. We got a 3-skull challenge. High gravity planet, low gravity planet, moderate population, moons, primitive civilization, ruins, tropical world. It's the former SLDF. Extensive volcanism, that'd be hot, not ideal. Some of my mechs run fairly warm. Didn't see that. Battlefield, there could be decent salvage in there too. Battlefield over here. Black market, pirate presence. If this had either Battlefield or an SLDF, I'd head straight down here and that would be the place to go. Yeah, so we'll have to have a little bit of a flick through and decide on exactly where we go. We'll be looking for somewhere that has either a Battlefield or a former SLDF presence, because that increases the chance you'll find Star League Defense Force or Lost Tech era weaponry, and increases the chances of getting decent salvage on planet. So we can see if we can buy a few parts. We've got some money to burn now, so I can buy a few mech bits to actually get a couple of mechs in the 70-ton range up and running. But I just need to work out exactly where that step's going to be. We have a few options, but I'm not doing the next mission for a while. Next campaign mission for a while, anyway.
Repeat, all mech warriors to the habitation room.
Well, hope my new year is a good one. Well, it has been an exceptionally good start, just having a good live stream with you guys and a few cans, so that's been fun. Is it okay to field 2 Lancers, 1 Glad and 2 Vanguards, running a campaign first time, and I've yet to add more mech warriors? Ideally, it depends on how you want to play. A lot of people will only run 1 Lance, and they'll just use a lot of time acceleration to skip through. I tend to run 2, which is what you've seen me do right here, because I can have 1 set of mechs go down and then immediately rotate in a second set of mechs with a bunch of new mech warriors and do a second mission. I can make a lot of money really quickly without advancing time, which becomes really important when you're doing the career modes rather than campaign, because in career there is only a limited amount of time that you can play for. So there is actually like an end period that you reach and time's up, and then you get a bit of a report on how well your career went. So minimizing the amount of time that you just fast forward through time and maximizing the amount you can earn in the smallest period of time is actually really useful if you can train yourself into it. It's not like MechWarrior 5, where I think the longest campaign in MechWarrior 5, I finally completed the last mission of the primary campaign in MechWarrior 5 in like 3170 after just letting the clock tick over and over every time I needed a repair. It doesn't have an end. You can play that through forever. Hey Vox, howdy from last year. Yep. Hope you have a good one, man. I'm just about to bring everything to a close. So, anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed the stream, and thank you very much for watching. Hope everybody really does have a fantastic new year. Don't get too drunk. If you do get too drunk, don't do anything too stupid. If you do anything too stupid, try and at least have a fun time. Yeah, have at least have a fun time while you're at it. And yeah, I hope you all have a good one. Until next time, guys. I'll catch you all once you're in the next year with me. Take care.